Oh, yes, it's happening. Okay.
Is it what? Oh.
It's starting to happen, guys. Oh, now it needs me to be on OBS. Okay, we can do that. Yeah, okay, so I had to start like a new live. I'm posting new live link here. Sorry for the confusion.
You're posting it on Twitter?
I just posted it in the chat. I'm about to post it on Twitter right now.
Sweet, thank you.
New live link. # lunatics. We got Hero NFT up first. All right. Woo. Forehead sweating. Let's go. We in it. Yeah, I like. Is it Haney? Am I saying your name right? Haney? Hani? Shout out Haney. Haney ready. Haney's more ready than me. Let's go.
You good?
I want to fucking. There we go. All right, guys. Written in, I'm gonna start introducing things. Welcome everybody to the Mighty Give Back. Really appreciative of the Lunatics for sliding through, for my amazing host for sliding through. Shout out Joe. Shout out Sha. Shout out Danku. Shout out Danku, because I know you sick and it's like 1 morning there. What time is it where you at, Joe?
Right now, 8 a.m. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Did you say
okay.
And we can see you now too. So it's real.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not just me talking.
It's not.
That happened to me during my my Pylon interview, and I was like, I don't know why it's like that, but it is what it is, I guess. Because Wu Jin didn't have his video on anyway, so you just get to see my reaction. But I really want to thank you guys so much. Like we're gonna just raise so much for charity. Bundles at 5.2 Luna right now. Make sure you guys are checking out the bundle. I'm gonna post the Talus link right now. Also, really shout out Talus Protocol. Like they've been working like nonstop for like a while, like really getting this front end together for this auction. Thank you guys so much. Shout out to the team for that. Y'all are like A1. And JC says, I got this. I appreciate you, JC. Joella says, key. All right, so auction is live here, folks. All right, cool. So posted all the links. Back in business, hear me loud and clear, perfect. Auction is here, folks. I think I posted that link in the wrong thing. There we go. All right, awesome. So again, welcome to the Mighty Give Back. Thank you guys so much for coming. what we'll be doing today is we raising money for both Angel Protocol and Project Mitch. Joe, do you have that link to the thing that you sent me, that doc you sent?
Yeah, I do, but I'm working on the schedule now. I'll send you in about 1 to 2 minutes because some
What you
things
said?
change here and there. I'm working on the schedule now, so I'll send you in 1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
But we're raising money for Project Mitch. I mean, like his family's going through it, honestly.
Yeah,
He's got
definitely.
leukemia. You said it's been like 2-3 years?
Yeah, since he was schooling for, he dropped out due to his condition. So, I mean, things like this, honestly, it's a lot of emotional turmoil in the family as well as Mitch. So the guy, his family friend just reached out to me recently, and we came up with something last month to try and help his family out through NFTs. Initially, it was something like it was just something like he thought it would be nice to have an NFT collectible and stuff like that. But then projects started coming in and offering auctions, and like, okay, we just decided to make it work. So like right now we're here today with your site of charity auctions as well to help out Angel Protocol, anything else, as well as 4-Day Foundation along with Mitch's family.
Yes. And I'm just really happy that I could help out. How many NFT projects do you have so far?
About 8. 8 will be auction, 8 to 9, but the rest, about 4 to 5, will be sent as collectibles. So just something for Mitch to keep long term.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
And so what we'll be doing today is also of course, this is like more like a conference too. So we have a bunch of projects. We got a bunch of projects that'll be getting interviewed. We got Hero, we got Sandclock, we got Angel, we got Pylon, we got TFI Alpha plus the Angel Alliance. They'll be dropping some alpha. We got Lunar, we got Loop Finance, and last but not least, we got Terra coming up. So first off, we're gonna start off with my guy Gene representing Hero NFT, and shout out Shanice as well. I appreciate both of y'all for being here, and I'm really excited to talk to y'all about Hero because I thoroughly love y'all. Like, y'all artists are like amazing. It's like Jesus, especially somebody has like a Naruto.
Yeah, that's my boy. God is good. He's the honestly, he's the artist behind this. He's working with the artistic team. He's got like 3 people, and he's been doing this kind of on his own and for like 6 months. He started really, really slow, but finally we're launching soon. Oh, and by the way, we're dropping our new site here in exactly 40 minutes, and the new site will have the mint day, guys. So finally.
Let's go. Speaking of that, you might as well
excited.
go ahead and drop that alpha, dog. When we talking, when is that launch?
Yeah.
Wait, lead up to it. Hold on.
Lead up.
We got a lot of info. Lead up to it, Gene.
Lead up.
Okay. We'll wait.
New link. All right, hold on. Let me tweet out.
Honestly, but like one of the things.
I bet I'm tweeting too, but
Oh, you're good.
fine, that's fine. Y'all can lead up.
We'll tweet.
That's
We'll
fine.
tweet this link out.
Yeah, we just put it in the Discord. I really want a whole bunch of people to get on your stream because you are doing something amazing for the entire community. And I'm pretty sure as soon as they hear the date, they're not going to care for anything else. So yeah, let's keep them on here.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So let's talk about the alpha y'all dropped in the space yesterday. So I know y'all have announced that y'all doing dual mint, but Gene here leaked something very important. If y'all want to talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah. Man, there's a lot to talk about. Backtrack a little bit, and I tell this story in a few spaces, but it's really important for me to share this story as well. We don't come from like a developer background. We come from a supporter background. So back when, you know, Luna, I think I was first introduced to, honestly, to Luna when Luna was at $14. That was really cool. I understood like the whole USD thing. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, a little bit. And so yeah, we were just like fans, and we were just like supporters of the network. So my brother, God is good, he joined a hackathon, right? And I want to inspire other people too that are listening. Even like, for example, if Mitch was listening, right? Like everyone has everyone can do an NFT, right? Like anyone can work in a project and bring you something to the table. So to everyone that's listening, you know, don't qualify yourself out of the game, qualify yourself in the game. And just like we were supporters of the network, you know, just like we were like fans of like Dao and everything that he's doing. Look, you know, things do take time.
You kind of cutting out a little bit, Gene.
You're getting rugged, Gene.
You cut out a lot of it. Shanice, would you mind picking up for Gene's time?
Yeah, I was gonna say, so yeah, I think what he was trying to get at, I'm not sure what he's exactly trying to say, but I think he's just trying to make a point of anybody can, and I'm driving, so if you guys hear the background, I'm sorry. But I think what he's trying to say is, you know, anybody has the opportunity to come into this space, right? Especially if you truly have a vision, to come in and make a difference. And the hackathon is really cool because it gives you that opportunity, and anybody else that wants to be in the space, to make a difference, you know, and you get to meet developers. I know we met some really interesting people in the hackathon just by being involved in it. And, you know, we created a lot of amazing connections from it. And so I feel like that's where he was kind of going, just, you know, really putting yourself out there. There is people and organizations and things like that want to help. We actually even got a grant after the hackathon, which was a blessing. Wow. And so from Metaplex, shout out to Metaplex. And yeah, I think it's a beautiful thing what the you know, what the whole industry has to offer. And when you take advantage of these things, like a hackathon, for example, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. You get to really meet other people. I don't even think any of us realized the connections that we were going to be able to make just by entering. There was a lot of apparently there was a lot of people entering, or rather companies, and they said that it was really hard to actually make a decision. And so that's good. That means the space is getting bigger and better. And you know, it's only more exciting things to come. Gene, you back on, buddy?
Yeah, guys, sorry, I disconnected from Wi-Fi. I'm honestly not sure what happened, but can you guys hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Oh, so I mean, I just want to start it from the beginning, you know, just kind of inspiring everyone. So yeah, my buddy reached out to me and he said, brother, let's do it. We have also like a great alpha man, and the alpha man is Jordan from Tsunami Protocol. You guys know him. He's like the founder of Tsunami Protocol, like I said. And honestly, he had the idea of doing a dual mint. So we have one person who's got the idea, he's got the design, he's got like the creative mind. You know, you got one person that knows the alpha. I came in more on the like, okay, let's get this started sector, you know, business, relationships, marketing with Shanice. And we got it started, guys. We got it started. Now, what are we? We have a grow to play game. So at first we called it a call to action game, where like, so our game is going to consist of once people mint their NFTs, we'll have different challenges and quests that people can do. And by completing these quests, they get the ability to change the skins on their heroes, change like their weapons, change like the headgear. This game that we have, Breevy, is different than the game that everybody wants, that it's the metaverse, right? It's a play to grow game. And it's different because we're very connected to the metaverse. I think Joe and Donko, like you guys all talk about how we're already in the simulation, and like right now, bro, like we're all in different places. We're all like, with the NFT, we have our identities. Like we were talking about Midas the other day, and when they do, and Donko the same thing, when they do like custom pieces for them, they get the colors, they get the personality. So like, yes, we're already in the simulation. We're just gonna go deeper and deeper. We're getting there. We'll be in that simulation as well. We want our characters of heroes to become a 3D character and be able to move around the metaverse. So that's happening. But what's after Mint is this game that we have, and it's specifically for us to at the same time disconnect. So we'll be rewarding them, right, with these special skins. And now the game is categorized in 4 spectrums. One is the financial, one is like the fitness, one is the social, and then the other one is about life. And so within these quests, we're gonna give you challenges, and we're gonna reward you for completing these quests. Every single quest that we are like coming out with will trigger some sort of emotion to the player. Now, when everyone completes these quests and they get these rewards, yes, these rewards will be used in our robo shop. Our robo shop is where essentially you go in, you dress your character, you dress your hero, in this case the avatar, and you can only get these special skins and special helmet and special gear by completing this game.
Wow,
right? So
can you give us an example of maybe one of the quests?
Honestly, yes. They actually start really simple. And it's as simple as like, for example, the first one is like write a letter to one of the people you love most, yet they don't know it yet, you know? And why do we do that? Well, because how many times do we go about life, right? And we're, again, in this metaverse, we're so connected, yet so disconnected at the same time. And so, you know, life just happens in the blink of an eye, bro. And we don't know when is the last time that someone was able to write a letter for a loved one. Just by doing something as simple as that, there is a special edition skin that they can wear, that the robots can host, and it's only achievable by completing this task. Now, so we'll have submissions, we'll have people submit their results, and this is how they get their rewards, you know. Now, there is, I also want to add something, and I'm being careful right here when I'm speaking, because, you know, just like security measures and all of that, we're in the US, so we got to be really careful with those things. As the NFT goes, it's like, right, like, as the NFT goes, it stays as a collectible, you know. The rewards, it's like, yeah, you get a different skin now, but when we're talking about like points and rewards and stuff like that, those things can be pegged to the token. So once we come out with a token, then that's when we, you know, speak rewards, and that's when, like, we'll include them to the metaverse. That's when the heroes in this case can do tasks, and now we can reward these people not just with like special skins and special characters, but now they can also play to earn. So it's like they play to grow and they play to earn.
Yo, the play to grow aspect of Hero is just so revolutionary. Like, that's so dope that you guys are incentivizing people to, you know, like, a lot of times we just incentivize people to make money, you know what I'm saying? but like you're incentivizing people to grow as human beings. And I think you guys are gonna, I mean, for sure somebody's gonna like, you guys are gonna revolutionize it. You're gonna be the first player to grow, but people are gonna see this and they're gonna be like, holy shit, like why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I incentivize people to just grow, man, as a human, to write a letter to like mom, like you haven't talked to in a bit. Like that's beautiful. Shout out to Cap.
Bro, and I know. And you know what, bro? One of the things in our space too is like competition, right? Everybody wants to be first, everybody wants to be the best. You know, and I feel it's super dope. And let's run it, you know, like kudos to those people that are trying to really get it like that. We are totally cool. Like someone wants to do the same, by any means adapt it. We're bridge builders. We're bridging this, you know, this community with the Solana community as well, not just Terra. We love Terra, bro. We're in it deep. Everybody knows it. But we're also trying to bring, you know, communities together. I was just talking to another project that just launched in the Thor network, and it's like that's where we're going, you know. Everything will be interoperable, so it's like things won't be just like stuck in one chain anymore. Things are, you know, Web3 is evolving, and we'll be able to, you know, move these heroes around, in this case, not just in one network, but all around the place. And can we reward like the whole network? I don't see why not. Should someone do it after we do it? Please do so. You know, we're trying to bring breakthrough at the same time. So yeah, so I know it's like sometimes like a little hard to understand, and maybe people are thinking, well, how are you guys going to do that? With the grow to earn game is actually more simple than you think. We'll be playing it as soon as you know, as soon as we mint, we'll have a few challenges, a few quests, and then, but essentially I want everyone to know that essentially the goal will also be for the hero to just be in a 3D action and move around the metaverse and connect those two points.
So you're gonna be able to use your hero as a metaverse skin, and then get updated skins based on this play to grow aspect. That's super dope. Hey Chauncey, can you mute real quick?
But essentially I want everyone to know that.
Hey Chauncey, mute. Okay.
Welcome in, Chauncey.
Yo, we got the man with the plan in here. Big Daddy Angel Protocol, Chauncey St. John. But yo, like that, like I'm still stuck on this play to grow, man, because I know that you talked about it just for, yeah, we're gonna play to grow. But like for me, this is my first time ever hearing something like this. And as a person who, let's say a year ago, I really went on a quest for my mental health and my financial health, my physical health. And I started that quest. And now I'm at where I'm at right now, you know, in this Zoom with you, doing these YouTube lives with Joe, Shanice, Chauncey, and everybody else. And so I see the growth that I've had in my life, just for me, but, you know, to have an entire community supporting you as you grow, I think you guys are doing something amazing, man. I really do.
Thank you, brother. Yeah. And everything like for example, the changing of the skin. So the upgrade of the hero and the weapons and, you know, the shoes. Oh, and the companionships. I'm forgetting the companionships. I'm not sure if you saw the little cute pandas, and we got like a wolf and like some owls, you know. So, you know, shout out to Styler. Like, you know, we kicked it together, and they're like, yo, let's collab on some of this. But all of this happens in a robot shop. So how the roadmap goes is we mint, we launch, then we bring the real life game. We'll sort out a way to, I guess, collect people's points in this case, and then they go in the robo house, which is going to be in-house, and then they upgrade their avatar. At the end of the day, they're kind of building their custom robo, their custom hero for the metaverse. So yeah, that's where we're going. It's simple, you know, and we want to have a lot of fun with it.
Man, it's so fucking dope.
And the
Can you
comics,
talk a
I
little
forgot
bit
the
about
comics.
that partnership?
Huh?
You got how much shit y'all doing, man? I said y'all got comments. Y'all doing a lot. How many people on y'all team?
I was
So
actually gonna say, yeah, we just got off the phone actually yesterday. Trung and I were talking to the creator, the person that's drawn up our comic, and I hope you guys have tissues. I hope you guys have all things needed for every emotion in the book, because the comic book will literally generate that. Because the person that we got is like legit, super legit. But sorry, Jacob, back to you, buddy.
no, that's okay. Yeah. So and again, I'll say this again, brother. So for example, with Naruto, right? With a movie, a favorite movie that you guys have, if it's the Avengers movie, what happened at first? It was a person, it was a hero, it was a character. And what happened? Music was there, emotions were there, action was there. They mixed it all up. They created a character, bro. The character had some sort of development. Now, in the comics section, we want to develop a certain amount of heroes, and we're gonna develop them just like Stan Lee developed his heroes. How was that? Through a series of comics, through mixing emotions. Now, can we do a small animated movie? I was watching the first episodes of Naruto the other day, and I'm like, dude, this is so like 2003. I'm like, anything can be done. So I don't see why we can't develop our heroes as well. So the first step is the comics, and then but the mission, the purpose of us developing the heroes is so we can have this lore, is so we can have this collectible, so we can have, you know, a story, and that same inspiration that Pokemon gave, you know, Joella, and she's into Naruto. She knows what I mean. She's cried several times just watching this show, like we have. And you know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like,
No, I know
yes,
exactly
we have
what you're
some.
saying.
You feel me?
You
Like
find
we
out
have
that
this.
Hitachi backstory.
Ah,
That Hitachi backstory, dog. Oh yeah, the thing. Oh, bro.
So that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like at the same time, it's like, yes, we're sticking in the collectible sector. I don't want people to miss that out. Our team of devs is 3 devs. We might have to add one more here coming up with the Robo Shop. As far as the metaverse goes, I've said it all the time that we want to partner with someone that already has the structure. So, you know, if someone is listening that has that structure, please count us in. And then we have the artistic team. So it's God is Good plus three artists. And then the comic artist is another person. We have, you know, Shanice and me. We do marketing and business development. And then we have our advisors at Tsunami Protocol. We have Jordan and Kelly. And then we have, you know, Chino Man literally is a boss at Discord. Saved our lives like the day that our Discord got leaked, the link got leaked. And then our mods too. Shout out to Aaron, shout out to all the mods that we have there too. So it's a big team, bro. And we go step by step. But yeah, guys, sorry to make you guys wait. The site will be live at 5 p.m. PST. So it's in about 20 minutes. Yeah. And the live has the launch date as well.
Woo! Y'all heard it. 20 minutes. Y'all better head to that website. Before y'all go, I do want y'all to talk a little bit about that Magic Eden partnership, and then we can switch it over to the community for some questions.
Yeah. So we're actually gonna we have a marketing campaign with Magic Eden. Should we? Yeah, I'll say it. We're giving them a certain allocation, so they can mint. So our minting is actually happening in house, and then the secondary sales and trading happens, you know, in Talus, some random Earth, and then there's maybe someone else there on the Terra sector, and then Magic Eden, maybe and then maybe another person in the Solana sector as well. Now, I don't know. I am thinking of this. Should Thorgards really like make the handshake with us? We're already like in the DMs. We might be able to give a small allocation and go on OpenSea as well. So that's up in the air right now. Could we do it? Yeah, but that's what we're trying to do. Magic Eden is honestly, it's super friendly, guys. Super friendly. It's like when you meet someone in the Terra community, and then you go to another network, you expect the same thing, and Magic Eden did that for us. So yeah, they're really nice. We'll have about a 10% of our mint allocated to them.
And just want to shoot it over to the community for some questions. I know my guy Lord NFT has been waiting patiently. He says, any old school game or characters that you got inspired to make the collection from?
Old school games,
or characters. Like
characters. Yeah. No, I mean, it's gonna go. It goes deep. It goes from it goes as deep as like Naruto, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero Academia. It's mainly animes, Death Note, and again.
What you know about Death Note, man?
Come on.
Bro, I done watched that show like 3 times. It's so good.
Oh yeah. So that's the main inspiration. And trust me, man, like I know that when we talk these things, is like it's kind of like all over the place because we have the collectibles, we have the real life game, we have essentially on the Q2 of the next year is the video game, and so we have a lot. But at the end of the day, it's like we're making it happen all one step at a time. We even like slowed down a little bit on the mint because we wanted to make sure our company was established legally, and that's something that, for example, a lot of projects haven't done it. A lot of projects have not done it, and it was very important for us to take that right step to be well represented. And honestly, we have a token like the NFT. We can do so much with the NFT, but now we have the token coming, and then we connect those two together, and it's the world is unlimited. So especially with like the metaverse coming, so we're going at it. Anyone that wants to be a part of it, please join the board. But we're gonna stick around.
Man, I'm really appreciative of your team and what you guys are doing. For anyone that kind of just made it in, just a quick summary. Hero, 3D Heroes coming. You can be able to do it in the metaverse. It's a play to grow game, different from play to earn, but also play to earn as well. But play to grow, meaning they're going to give you quests that will give you new skins for your hero. They'll also be making a comic book and just overall doing like everything. just doing a lot, man. I'm just really, really happy. Like your team is like super amazing. Like what you guys are taking on is it's a huge project.
And then one more thing before I leave, Ruby. By the way, when God is Good was a one-man team, there was one man that helped us literally a bunch. He brought us in the community, and that's why you guys see us doing a bunch of partnerships with them. And that is Chauncey at Angel Protocol. He literally I wasn't even part of the team at that point, but he literally brought the team in, connected us. Joella, for example, I think she leaked our Discord link, bro.
Oh wait, I did not.
I think it was her. Next thing you know, Rivi, it's like we were like testing things, right? We're like 2 kids over here, just 3 kids testing things, and Joella.
We were literally 80 people in. How are we gonna get to 150? Remember that conversation right before we hit 200 people that night?
Literally, that was the conversation. and a couple later, Joella makes a tweet and it's game over. There's 2,000 people in a matter of like less than 24 hours in the Discord, and we're like, oh wow, it was insane. But yeah,
Yo,
and even
Joella
and
got
even
the juice in the NFT world.
nah, man, and even shout out to Danko too, man, because Danko is a person that, believe it or not, he's always challenging our perspectives on NFTs. So yeah, he thinks different, and I told him that in the other space we had a space in Spanish. I said, brother, I see that as a pro. He thinks very different, and we got to understand that when you have someone in the team. I mean, he's in the like Terra ecosystem, but like, you know, we love him to death here at Hero. And when you have someone that thinks different, especially someone like Danko that's smart, all I'm saying is you better listen, bro. You better listen. You better analyze. So if you know the reasons why someone is saying what they're saying, and all I'm gonna say is that it's gonna help you grow at the end. That's what it's gonna do.
Man, so thank you guys so much for sliding through. Like I really appreciate y'all. Like y'all project is like super amazing. I can't wait. Hopefully I can mint one. We're gonna hope. But if not, hit that secondary.
Nah, bro. I mean, you're in the whitelist, so you're good.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. But Gene, Shanice, I really appreciate y'all for sliding onto the live, dropping major outfit. Don't forget, y'all, 20 minutes was like 10 minutes ago. So I got about 10 minutes to that website go live. And
also too, we're
website,
gonna do a giveaway. Sorry to interrupt. We're gonna do a giveaway with Mount Eden in a couple of days. We're gonna be sponsoring somebody's dream. So if you guys haven't already, you know, turn those post notifications on the Twitter. Definitely want to do that so you don't miss out on that giveaway.
Major outfit right there. Don't miss out on that giveaway. Real quick, Miguel says, how many can we mint?
Public is 1, whitelist is 2.
Yeah.
Whitelist 2?
Yep.
2? Okay. Hey, Miguel, 2 of them things. Again, Hero Team, appreciate y'all for sliding out. Gotta get Cristiano Sand Clock on here, man. I really appreciate y'all though, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
All right.
Thank you.
Man, it's never a problem. Y'all are always welcome. You need to pop on Mighty Well Pod. You already got my DM, you got the Telegram. What's good? Now we got next up, we got SandClock.org. Real quick though, before we get into SandClock.org, I just want to make sure everyone knows the link for the charity auction is in the comments. I mean, is in the chat on the tube, and go ahead, click that, hit a bid. You know what I'm saying, real quick. Just I'm about to check on it real quick just to see where we at. But we're doing a bundle of 7 different NFTs, yo. So make sure you slide. Now, oh my goodness, we at 10 Luna now, y'all. We doubled up, y'all. 10 Luna. Let's go. Oh man. Okay. Well, anyway, so yeah, we're auctioning off a bundle of 7 different NFTs. We got a Women versus Apes. We got a Terra pen. We got a Luna Bull. We got a Fractal. We got a Gucci. We got a Planet of Loon Apes. You know, we're really just trying to do it big out here, man, and really trying to, you know, raise as much money for charity as we can, man. And I'm super happy that it's at 10 Luna right now. I'm excited to see where it'll be at the end of the live. But we have not Elizabeth. We have Cristiano here of Sand Clock.
Hello.
Thank you so much for popping on, my friend. Would you mind, just for people who might not, know too much about Sand Clock, just give them a quick overview of the project?
Yeah, of course. So at Sand Clock, we're trying to unlock the programmability of money. So what this means is that typically you just deposit your money and it collects yield, and then you withdraw and do whatever you want. We are splitting the yield from the principal, and then we're allowing you to take both of them and split them however you want and allocate them to whatever you want. So for instance, you could donate 50% of your yield, 10% of your principal, you could invest, and these are the simple use cases, but it actually unlocks a lot of novel use cases. that don't really have real world analogs, and also do some fun things. And since we're on the topic of NFTs, I can give you a quick one. So NFTs, as everyone knows, are illiquid assets, similar to real estate. And as such, it's very difficult to put them on money markets because there's no way to liquidate them reliably. Sandbox will, one of the use cases that we will create, because it doesn't exist yet, is providing liquidity for NFTs. These NFT projects will be able to leverage their communities and funnel their yield to provide exit liquidity to people who would otherwise undercut the price floor. And this is done through a clever use of bonding curves. And then what this means is that if you want to sell your NFT, you can do it instantly. You just deposit it to the vault and you take out your money. And so this will enable people to create money markets where you can rent NFTs, supply NFTs, and so on, because now there is liquidity. Now they can be used as proper collateral and be liquidated. So that is what one such example of a new financial primitive that we're creating right now.
Liquid NFTs. Oh my goodness. And I know that you guys are doing debit cards too, man. You know you gotta go into that.
Yeah, that is still a couple of months away, but the debit cards are actually fundamental for the philanthropic aspect of Sandbox, because these people, for instance, the people of Afghanistan, they are hurting for cash right now because the currency is extremely unstable. And one of the things that these NPOs do is they give them preloaded debit cards. But one of the things that we plan on doing is potentially have like a collective fund whereby people's capital is used to fund these prepaid cards monthly in a perpetual endowment kind of fashion, but specifically to debit cards. Obviously, we're also going to give them to whoever wants to use them, so you can just shop around with your yield. But that is how we came up with that idea as a way to help people in need.
And I just want to like talk about like the uses of that, because like that's just so huge, right? Because I'm in a situation where, you know, I'm starting to get decent in crypto, and I want to start blessing my family and my mom with, you know, with some sort of blessing. And so what Cristiano is saying is I could put my money into a yield accumulator account, like specifically for my mom. I can direct that yield that I'm getting directly to her credit card, debit card that my mom can use. And she doesn't have to know anything about crypto. She just knows that on this card, it's going to be some money on it. And I think that's just super dope, because it's showing growth in this industry, right? You know, currently right now, you want to get into crypto, man, you gotta dive deep, dog. Like it's a lot of shit to learn. You gotta send this here just to buy this, and you gotta buy that, send that over here. It's a whole lot going on. But what the Sandclock team is doing is they're allowing the people who already have that knowledge to then be able to, without even thinking about it, spread that yield that they're accumulating over time. I just think that's super fucking dope. I know you guys got y'all new website launching. When's that coming up?
Yeah, so we actually just got the final version of the website, but we'll probably launch the onboarding process plus the dashboard before the full website, because it's just going to take a long time to implement the front end for mobile specifically, because there's a lot of WebGL. So it's very, you know, takes time to do stuff like that.
Of course, yeah. And then I had also read up about you have a sub-visual collab. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, so Subvisual, they've been working with us for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
They're a software boutique, and their goal is to speed up development, but also help us grow our team. So that's what we're focusing on right now. I mean, obviously you have products, but on the side, we're also trying to grow our team and finding extremely talented people who want to build with us for a long time, because Sandbox is just the beginning. There's a whole ecosystem waiting to be created.
Can you talk a little bit more about the team? Like, how many folks do it on it?
Oh, okay. So, like about 7 developers, I think, right now.
7 developers.
And then of course you have Bureaucratic, the design firm that we hired. I don't suppose they count. Then you have the biz dev side, which would be about 3 people. But yeah, that's it.
Oh.
So we have about 11 people in total.
And are you guys creating all the NFTs like in-house?
Excuse me?
Are you guys creating all the NFTs in-house? Like you have like a designated artist?
Oh, no. So we're not creating NFTs yet.
Oh, okay.
We do plan on incentivizing giving. Yeah, a couple of different methods. One of them is an NFT lottery that will be conducted quarterly. But we are going to buy the NFTs normally, and eventually we might commission an artist to do that. But for the time being, we're just leveraging partner projects and buying their NFTs, and then we're going to be giving them away to people who donate. Oh,
that's super dope. Hell yeah. Definitely incentivizing people to donate. That's love right there. Also, I know that, so I saw like one of your posts and y'all were like, version 1 hasn't been released and we're already thinking of ideas for version 2. You think you can bless us with any of those ideas?
Yes. Okay. So obviously we're not just on Terra, we're also on Ethereum. So on the Ethereum side, everyone knows gas is a big issue. No one likes to pay $400 for a transaction, myself included. So obviously gas optimizations is going to be a big one, but we're also making the vaults themselves more dynamic. So without going into a lot of technical detail, you will be able to, for instance, let's say that I want to let a couple of nonprofits claim capital from the vault. With V1, they could all claim at the same time the amount that is technically theirs to claim. So the depositors will assign their yield or principal, it doesn't matter in the end, to these NPOs, and then they see that, they go there, and they claim. In V2, we can set arbitrary rules for the claiming process. So for instance, maybe I want them to claim sequentially. Maybe I want I don't know, I want UNICEF to claim after Red Cross. I don't want them to claim at the same time. So you'll be able to enforce arbitrary rules, and it's just fun. It just creates some fun mechanics, and when people create new mechanics, it's very interesting, because you, in the beginning, you can think of one, maybe 2 use cases for them, but then once they're actually live, you start innovating, you start getting creative with the use cases, and you start seeing stuff that you weren't aware of before. And that's exactly what happened with Sandbox. In the beginning, was just save, give, invest, and now we're making tools for DAOs so that they can, so that more value can accrue their tokens, so that we can create lossless ways of allowing these projects to own their own liquidity losslessly by leveraging their community. So that's why I'm excited about the architectural changes. And
it does sound super dope that you'll be able to set those rules. Like, it's dope that y'all really are automating everything, kind of like a set and forget kind of situation. I can just put a few thousand in there and then woo, 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 let it go.
Yeah, and we're also making our contracts more decentralized. So V1, the Terra side, and this will make me talk a little bit about how we generate yield specifically on the Terra side, because it's a little more complex. So on the Terra side, we're going to have 3 strategies, and Danko is very familiar with them. So you have the delta neutral strategy, then you have a strategy that is delta neutral, but it also farms, provides liquidity and farms, and then the higher risk one is just 100% providing liquidity and farming, and so the delta neutral shorts an asset on mirror, and then longs the corresponding assets, and then monitors the collateral ratio and ensures that you don't get liquidated. If you get liquidated or you want to close the position, the long gets closed as well. And of course the short is borrowed by depositing AUST. So your collateral is generating yield anyway. So they're very complex strategies, and like you said, we are automating the asset selection. So Mirror Protocol has, I don't know, 20 something assets, I can't remember, and we are running a simulation to allocate your liquidity in the most optimal possible way. So if you deposit $10 million, it's not going to be $10 million to the Amazon UST pair, because obviously that would destroy the yield. It would also, if you're being rewarded to short it, for instance, and you deposit that much money, the automated market maker is I mean, the results are going to be disastrous, because the price of that asset is going to skyrocket, and then the Mirror Protocol is not going to reward you for shorting, because the premium is going to be positive. So we simulate that. We simulate the price impact step by step, and we spread your liquidity. So we're not just going to provide liquidity to one pair. Maybe we'll provide liquidity to 5 pairs or 7 pairs, and it's always going to be rebalancing. And so before I said that we're going to try to decentralize a little bit, and so right now the way that we do these simulations is through the backend, by and large, and the contract only implements the way to split principal and yield. It also implements all the relevant functions like deposit to anchor, borrow, swap, do this, do that. But going forward, we're just going to do everything at the smart contract level, so that it's going to be fully unstoppable.
And I really am happy that you guys came on too, because I feel like Sandclock, y'all kind of flying under the radar, but y'all doing so much, and y'all really like changing up the space like really well. I do want to ask you, is it like, as far as like me putting the money in, do I have to do like the split LP kind of situation? Or am I gonna be able to just put in some UST and then it's gonna do its own thing?
Yeah. You put in your UST, and it's just going to perform all the swaps, all the borrows, all the deposits, staking, auto compounding, everything. Everything will be done automatically for you. But that's also why we have a minimum time lock of 2 weeks on Terra, because these swaps cost money.
Okay.
And it's relative to the amount that you're depositing, because it's percentage based. So we have to ensure that what you withdraw is at least as much as what you put in. But
is there any sort of like redemption period?
Yeah, it's 2 weeks, 2 weeks minimum. Because
okay.
Yeah, it ensures that we've generated enough yield to cover for all of those swaps and whatnot.
Okay. So let's say I put my money in, I could 2 weeks, in 2 weeks, then just take it out.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I got it. Okay, cool.
And if you don't like, if you create your own strategy using Sandblock, and you set the time lock to 2 weeks, if you don't withdraw after 2 weeks, it's still gonna keep generating money. It's just,
of course,
that is just the minimum, but it's not like after 2 weeks we force the strategy to execute. Yes, we could, but we're not going to, until you withdraw, unless you select the perpetual option, and this applies only to your yield, because only yield can be perpetually given away. If you select the perpetual option, then yes, people can just claim it as many times as they want. Even you can claim it as many times as you want your wallet.
And I'm just loving this, because from my investment standpoint, I don't know if anyone else is like that. I'm a long-term investor. And well, actually, before I say this, let me ask you: is there going to be an auto compounding feature?
Yeah. All the vaults auto compound, all the mirror vaults that get harvested and swapped for UST, and then added back to the main vault.
And so for anyone who peeped that, I need you to understand, like, think about what you've been doing as far as with your yield accumulators right now. Let's just use like Terra Floki as an example. I'm damn near going in every single day and having to manually claim all of my rewards, and then manually sell them, and then manually put that shit back in every single day. So what Cristiano is saying is, not only will I be able to just put some money in and then get my yield, it's going to auto compound, but beyond that, I'm going to be able to take that yield and automatically send it over to, let's say, Angel Protocol, automatically send it over to a debit card for my mama, automatically auto compound. Like, it's such a beautiful thing, man. I'm so happy that you guys are making your team's amazing. I do want to ask you, because I really want to say this, because I think this is huge, and it flew under the radar. You guys went to the UN. You guys spoke at the UN, right?
Yeah. It was a side event at the UN General Assembly with some pretty influential people, like a former chairman of the commodities. I don't even know. It's a CTF.
SEC, maybe?
No. The commodities version of that.
Okay. Yeah, like that's super dope. And those are things that I can't let fly under the radar. I mean, how many other crypto projects do you hear about going to the UN and speaking at the General Assembly? Like,
it was a pretty fantastic experience. We got to connect with a lot of leaders in the real world. Mostly not-for-profits in the health space, and also government officials from different countries. So we established some nice connections in that area, so that hopefully in the future we can leverage them and actually create something that can reach the real world.
And I'm excited to see what kind of projects or collaborations come out of speaking at the UN. Like, I'm really excited to see, like, because I know y'all are doing some crazy shit in the background you ain't talking about. And that's fine. That's fine. You ain't got to give me all that. But I know in that brain of yours that you talking to some big ups. And I'm excited to see what comes into fruition because of that.
The real world stuff moves very slowly, like a snail's pace, really. They're still trying to grasp the concept of a stable coin. I'm not joking.
Yeah.
Like, this is real. Like we talked to lots of not just not for profits, but also other companies in the real world. And sometimes I have to explain the concept of a stable coin because they view crypto as extremely volatile assets, highly speculative in nature. And then I'm like, yeah, but I'm talking about stable coins. And they're like, what's a stable coin? And I'm like, it's pegged to the dollar. And then they get all confused. And then I have to explain the various ways in which you can peg the value of digital dollar to the real dollar. The easiest one is obviously like they have $1 in their bank account, they get to mint $1 on the blockchain, and even then they still get confused. So,
and I understand how you can get confused too. Like, if you're used to the real world, like cash, debit, the idea of a stable coin probably just seems so outlandish to you, even though it's kind of crazy. We already using the digital dollar. Like, I don't know too many people who use cash. Or I always use this as an example when I'm like talking to people about stable coins. I'm like, if you send $5 over to John in Cash App, let me ask you, who is the person tasked with driving your $5 over to their bank? And then they're like, oh, like, yeah, you're using it digitally. It's just a ledger.
It's just a centralized ledger. The accounting is done by a backend. In this case, the accounting is done by a set of immutable smart contracts. There's no difference other than how centralized it is. Yeah.
The good thing is that with, like I said, like projects like yours going to the UN and speaking, we're spreading that knowledge of stable coins, so that eventually, because I mean, at some point in time, let's say 10 years down the line, everyone's going to be using stable coins. It's a no-brainer. It's literally a no-brainer. It's no reason to put your money in a bank account anymore. Sorry, guys. Put it in Anchor.
I don't even know about that, to be honest.
I don't even put it in Anchor because that's only 20%.
No, but I'm not sure that people will be using the stable coins tied to fiat.
Okay.
I'm not sure about that.
Not tied to fiat.
No, but like the USD, any stable coin backed by USD. I'm not sure people will be using that, or something that is better and that actually tracks the loss of purchasing power. Because commodities are up like 60% this year. It's insane. It's completely outrageous.
What?
Yeah, like if you look at the price of commodities, they're up by a shit ton. They claim that inflation is 6%. That's ridiculous. It can't be 6%. If you look at all the metrics like M1, M2, if you look at the commodities index, if you look at specific commodities, it cannot be 6%. People have lost a lot more purchasing power than 6%. And that's why I'm saying I'm not sure that in 10 years, crypto people will be using USD-based stable coins or any real-world currency stable coin.
That's real. Well, Cristiano, I appreciate you so much for sliding out. Gotta slide on over to Angel next. Again, man, y'all are doing, and let me do a quick summary before we get out of here. Sand Clock, You'll be able to put your money into a yield accumulator and then set parameters for that yield to go. You can set parameters for it to go to a charity. You can set it to go to eventually a debit card. I'm gonna say it 3 times, y'all. Debit card, 4 times. But you'll also be able to auto compound that yield so it continues to grow. Not only that, they spoke at the UN. Cristiano is media trained, so he's not telling us what big ups he's talking to right now, but you can just about guarantee he's talking to somebody.
Also, like strategy on Mirror and Anchor.
Exactly. But again, Cristiano, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sliding. Yeah.
I keep hearing you say like this, you know, this thing like debit card for mama, right? And I'm like, man, what a thoughtful son. But in the back of my head, I'm like, is it really for mama, or is like Breevy got, you know, is he a sugar daddy? Does he have some girls on the sides, like one debit card for you, one debit card for you, baby? Don't worry,
and you can just
about
guarantee I'm gonna flex a little bit, bro. I'm gonna flex a little bit.
Breevy's gonna set up the.
Hey, let Luna go to $200, bro. I'm flexing. Oh man, yeah, you did. Man. See, Shaw, why you call me out, dog? I'm trying to keep that wholesome, man.
I'm just keeping it real, man. I'm just keeping it real.
Hey, you keeping it real. You ain't lying. Yeah. So my eventual girl will have one. You know, of course, my mama gonna have one. Granny gonna have one. You know, everybody gonna. You know, we trying to get the family live, bro. You know, this crypto investing. This ain't just for me.
It's gonna be a lot of yield to spread around. It's gonna be a lot of yield. Don't worry about it.
It ain't gonna be nothing, man. Look, 5 years from now, Luna's at like $10,000, and I haven't sold a bit. Well, I sold a little bit, but just a little bit. You know, when that's at like $10,000, I'm like, oh, let me put this in the Lambo fund or whatever the fuck. But Cristiano, thank you so much, man. Next up, everybody, we have Angel Protocol. We got Chauncey St. John on the line. I'm saying on the line because it just sounds cooler.
Hey, Breevy, how's it going, man? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for coming on, Chauncey. Like, I know you max busy, so super happy. It's been a long time since I seen you. Everybody who doesn't know, Chauncey was my first interview.
Bringing it back. It feels like a lifetime ago already, man.
Right? It's crazy how fast crypto moves, man. That literally felt like years ago. But that was like 3-4 months ago.
Now here you are orchestrating a whole charity auction for the people. Just a reminder, go there, bid up on Angel Auction Talus site. But great bundle going there. So yeah, Breevy, good job putting this all together.
Please make sure you go bid everybody. Hey, it's no problem. I do it again. This is amazing that we can have all the lunatics come out like this, and all these different projects coming out to spit some alpha for the people, and raise charity for raise some money for charity for Angel Protocol and Project Mitch. I'm just so excited for Mitch's family, man. I'm just really elated. Chauncey,
Terra's nothing without community, man. And that's just consistently throughout, whether it's this raffle, the whole thing for Mitch that Joe's got going as well. It's just inspiring. The community really cares, and the community really loves to give, and it's just apparent anywhere you look.
Yes. And it's just such a blessing that to be a part of a community like this, to where I can reach out to you and all these different projects and say, hey, let's raise some money for charity. Let's really give back today. It's just really dope. Chauncey, for anybody who somehow doesn't know about Angel Protocol, could you give us like just a quick project overview?
Yeah, so Angel Protocol, our whole mission is to basically change the nature of charitable fundraising. And so we connect charities to donors directly, provide all the benefits of DeFi yield without that DeFi complexity, and basically hook charities up with free endowments, which are typically very hard to access in the traditional finance world. So it gives a wealth building tool to the small and medium-sized charities that they didn't have before, and really helps them get out of this fundraising trap where they don't even have a year, 6 months, 3 months operating revenue. Again, with the community, it's been amazing through auctions like this, different NFT projects, different protocols who are giving, different community members who are giving. We've raised over $500,000 now for charity. And that's pre-public launch, which if you asked me 6 months ago where we'd be now, and just wait for the rest of the year, man. We've got some exciting stuff lined up for you.
That is so, y'all have raised $500,000 and you're not launched yet.
Yes, sir. Yes,
my
sir.
goodness.
Donating on chain, you can go angelprotocol.io, click into the app. You can see all of the charities that are currently onboarded. They've created their own Terra wallets. They've got their endowment set up on chain. And you can see both how much has been raised so far and donated to the charities, as well as what that looks like 10 years projected out. And we haven't even donated the full pool of $500,000 because we want to keep benefiting charities as they're onboarded to the protocol. So if you know of any charities that are interested in joining, we're donating $1,000 per charity per week for every charity on Angel Protocol. So yesterday I got to push through another 30,000 for the 30 charities currently onboarded. By next week, we're going to have more than 35. So yeah, we're just going to keep the ball rolling as long as the given train's going.
Oh my God, I'm definitely gonna speak with the Made Men Foundation. I had them on the pod like in my earlier days, and they're a group. He basically helps counsel at-risk youth, but he counsels them through hip hop.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's definitely different. Basically, they come in and there'll be some hip hop song. He'll bring out a few lyrics, and then he'll ask the kids like, how do you feel about this lyric? And then they'll start analyzing their emotions from a emotional wheel. And he's just really teaching these kids how to really analyze their emotions and really dive deep within themselves, because that is a problem within my community. Is just we don't really get taught how to do it much.
That's a beautiful thing, man. I love that. Absolutely, send them our way. We're all about local charities, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. We're not U.S. focused. Most of the charities we have onboarded are actually from different parts of the world. So, reach out in your community. What needs to be helped out there? So start small, start local, get them onboarded to Angel, and we'll get them channeled some funds.
Let's do it, man. Like, this is like Angel's huge, man. Like, I'm super excited for you to get released. Like, I mean, you already heard all of my talkings about you when I interviewed you before, and I was just, this is when the whole concept of a lossless charitable endowment was brand spanking new to me. It was just blowing my mind that I can seriously sit some money somewhere and then continuously donate to a charity over time. Like, oh man, that's so beautiful, man.
Absolutely, man. Give once, give forever.
Now, can you say like a couple of the organizations that you have like partnered with so far?
Oh yeah, so we've got a bunch of great ones. So Global Brigades is an excellent organization. Actually, our co-founder, Duffy Casey, he originally founded them 20 years ago, but they help with volunteers all over the world with housing, medical, clean water, and really just focused on sustainable development in all of these different areas. So they really hit a bunch of different spectrums of the charity wheelhouse. But we have a lot of really great ones. Technovation Rwanda, they're teaching girls in Rwanda to code, be part of the new world of Web3. And if anyone, I encourage everyone to get into Web3, whatever job you're working today. There's just so much opportunity and it's so meritocratic. You know, you get involved in the community, you start contributing, figuring out ways to pitch in. You're going to have some kind of skill set. You don't have to be a coder. You don't have to be anything in particular, right? It's like you start interacting, you figure out where you can help, you start providing value, and then value comes back to you. And it's a really, really beautiful thing. So some of these organizations that are helping people enter into Web3, I think is really great. Another one that's really interesting, we're getting onboarded right now, is it's actually called the Dream Dao. It goes back to this organization, Civics Unplugged. And what they're doing, also Web3 education based actually, is to teach high schooler, or not teach high schoolers, but high schoolers who have expressed interest in Web3 and building out, they give them incubation, resources, support to be able to do that. So it's really, you know, trying to start at really the ground level and the people who are going to be building out into the future of what we're doing and making sure it's built in a good way. So that's an interesting project. But yeah, no, there's a lot I could name. I definitely recommend going to check out the site because you can click into each of the charity names and logos. I have to give a shout out to Yellow Boat of Hope, Jay Jabanita. He is a avid lunatic, part of the community. He was one of the very first organizations that we got onboarded thanks to that. And they help children in the Philippines get to school safely. They provide a lot of different resources for youth in the Philippines, but the way they started was providing transport to school. Philippines is an island nation. It's really hard to get your school supplies there if you have to swim to school. So it was literally just being able to provide transport for school kids, and then it's grown into a lot more from there.
Wow, that's lovely. Wow, I didn't know. Wow, I didn't know anything about. Wow, so they're on an island, and their school is not on that island, and they have to get to school. Wow.
Yeah, the kids are spread all around. Yeah.
Holy shit. You know, like whenever like you live your life, you kind of see like the world through that perspective. So like for me, for instance, school, easy, super easy to get to. I walked, took a bus, train. You know, I'm from Chicago. Everything is, you know, very set out for you. And it's even normalized to the point where you can complain about having to take that train and complain about having to take that bus. But, you know, to hear what's happening in the Philippines, where they got to take a ship to school, that's something completely different and just a perspective that I had never even thought of. So I'm really appreciative that you just shared that, Chauncey.
Well, yeah, and it just helps highlight there's different needs all over the world, right? And that's where with Angel Protocol, it's not trying to select like 10 organizations we want to support. It's creating new infrastructure that any charitable organization anywhere in the world can tap into. And to see that actually start coming to life, I mean, the amount that lunatics and all of these projects who have joined into the Angel Alliance have raised, it's already life-changing money for so many of these organizations. And it's money that's going to grow and grow and grow year over year, generating more and more financial runway for them. So they won't have to fundraise to get their operational expenses covered anymore. That will happen through Angel and all of the donations of this community, people bidding on the NFT auctions going on right now. I mean, that is directly supporting these organizations, and you can see it in their wallets on chain. And that's to be here already. I think it's really, really tremendous. And I'm just excited to see where we go, where we are 3 months from now, 6 months, a year out. There's already 80 projects, Breevy. We have 80 projects now that have joined the Angel Alliance between protocols, NFT projects, validators. Now we have a lot of different businesses talking to us that are either outside the crypto space or outside of Terra directly, or crypto projects on other chains. Flipside Crypto, I'll give them a big shout out. They joined the Angel Alliance. They're going to be doing a matching to the Angel Validator, as well as people staking to their Flipside Crypto Validator. And so they're going to match the combined portion of that to stake to the Angel Validator themselves. But yeah, it's just to see it grow and to see it snowball like this has really been something else, man.
Wow, and what a snowball, man. Like, to think 7-8 months ago, this was a tweet. And then now you've raised
6 months ago, sir.
Sorry, 6 months ago. This was, let's see, and because there's new lunatics nowadays, you know, like they came in and Angel Protocol, the Angel Alliance was already a thing, you know, so they're probably thinking it's been going on for years. 6 months ago, Chauncey tweeted, "Yo, this would be dope." And
we just tapped
here
into a
we are.
current that was running through the community already, man.
Yeah.
And it's just been about channeling that energy, honestly. And it's like one of those things, be bold and mighty forces come to your aid. Like everyone everywhere has been helpful. And it's really been great to see all of these protocols that want to step up and do their part. And I think it really sets Terra apart in a unique way.
Yeah, it really does, man. So let's talk a little bit, because I saw that you guys were partnering with Terra. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so actually, I'd love to. Yeah, so our Halo launch is coming up. We've got the soft launch beginning this month, and then the full launch next month. The full launch will coincide with our public platform opening up. But yeah, so it's 2 different phases. We made the decision to not do any private sale. So all of the Halo tokens sold are going to be entirely through these different Terra launch pads. In both phases, you're going to have the option to either purchase the token outright or to harvest it with yield. So in the first phase, we're going with Terra for the purchase outright option. So you'll be able to purchase Halo at a price of 5 cents a token through them. Because we're not doing an actual private sale, this is kind of the VC terms portion of the sale. So as the public, you can buy it at a set fixed price of 5 cents, but it's going to be subject to a 6-month cliff, which means you can't access the token for 6 months, followed by 6 months of daily vesting. So then for 6 months, all of the tokens that you bought will unlock daily over that time period.
Okay. See, I like that. Less dumping. Way less dumping.
Exactly. It spreads it out. But I mean, who would sell your Halo? Every time you sell Halo, an angel loses its wings, Breevy.
Right, man. You can't sell Halo. You gotta let it just ride.
But yeah, with the token sale, so Terra, it's starting November 20th, running through November 22nd. And then we're also going to be releasing a farming option through Apollo. So the same way that Apollo has been doing their token sale, it's going to be the exact type of thing for Halo. You'll be able to deposit whatever LP tokens you want and then harvest Angel Protocol token or Halo tokens at 5 cents a token. Exact same price and lockup terms as the Terra sale. It's just in the case of Apollo, you're going to be purchasing them with the yield from your LP positions rather than buying them outright. And then the final round is going to be between Pylon, which is going to be 12-month pool, and only 1 month lockup on that. So that's actually very similar to what Orion is doing in terms of their Pylon pool. And so there's no fixed price for that. It really just depends on how many people go into the Pylon pool. And the other final part of the launch is actually going to be a liquidity bootstrapping pool. And this is going to be launched in partnership with Delphi Digital, who also helped with the tokenomics for Halo. So they'll help us setting the parameters for that LBP. And for those not familiar with an LBP, it's basically a bot resistant token offering. So it sets the price high to begin with. So if bots ape in, they'll effectively get wrecked. And then anyone who already has Halo liquidity through airdrops and such, they can sell into the liquidity bootstrapping pool. And so that'll bring the price down from the initial high price until people start buying again. And so the price finds equilibrium naturally, but there's no risk of bots coming in and kind of eating up the whole supply. So it's a fair way to offer it to the public while finding a nice price equilibrium.
That's super cool, Chauncey. What's that called again? What's that?
Liquidity bootstrapping pool.
Okay.
So Balancer started making these popular on the Ethereum network. And then Astroport has actually developed code that we're going to be using. That's open source code, so it's not like specific to Astroport per se, but rather something they're going to offer for the community. So we'll be using that code, and Delphi will be helping us set up the parameters on that correctly.
That's dope. But then you're going to do that on your own site, or where are you going to do it?
Correct. Yep, exactly.
Cool, man.
And the really, really exciting part about all this is we have set a cap on the amount raised going to the team. So looking out of everything we want to build for Angel, the outward adoption we're driving of onboarding charities and mainstream audience, and building out these different verticals, we budgeted $6 million for a 2-year runway to basically do all of that. Anything raised above $6 million is going to go 100% to charity. And if our math is right and everything goes well, and we hope it does, we think that we could raise many millions of dollars for charity as part of our token sale. So go out there, buy your Halo. And even if, you know, things didn't go the way we're planning with the $6 million cap, anything raised up until $6 million, 20% of that goes to charity. So throughout every part of the token sale, it's going back. And yeah, we're hoping that we can do a lot of good with this.
Angel Protocol, even with the launch of the token, thinking about charity, oh my goodness. Like just with the launch of the token alone, you're gonna raise. I know you're trying to be humble, but you know, damn, you're gonna raise like 10, 20. Watch.
Your words, not mine, Freebie. But yes.
Yes. That's what I'm manifesting, bro. I'm manifesting it.
I love
It's
it,
gonna
man.
happen.
I love it. Put it out in the universe. And that we haven't even talked about. I mean, I don't know how much time we have here, but if you want, I can go and do a little alpha on our upcoming campaign.
Of course, I can't say no to alpha.
So, as I mentioned, a lot of amazingly talented people have been attracted to Angel and just trying to help us achieve our mission. One of those people was a senior marketer at Apple, leading, well, I won't get into too many specifics of his background to not dox him there, but he actually left and is going to be driving a charity fundraising campaign for climate that will be through Angel. So we have a number of charities lined up that cover an array of things from renewable energy to reforestation to ocean conservation. And the whole campaign is going to be gamified in partnership with Galactic Punks. They're actually going to be doing custom art and a special mint specifically for Galactic Angels to help incentivize different participants in the campaign. It's also going to tie in the Angel Alliance. So when people donate as an optionality, they can choose to attribute that donation to a member of the Angel Alliance. There will be a separate leaderboard for the Angel Alliance members and whose community has raised the most money for charity. And that will come with its own NFT prizes with some partnerships that we have there. And the final exciting part of this, well, first, we think that we can raise $50 million. There's a lot of different factors into why we think we can hit that target, but that is our target, to raise $50 million before end of year. And one of the ways we're facilitating this is our amazing dev team has built out the rails to accept natively cross-chain Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cosmos. We can accept from any chain. Why do we want to be able to accept from any chain natively? And then, by the way, convert that into UST, which gets locked forever. We do that because the donors can avoid capital gains tax when they donate to charity. Because they're gifting their crypto, as long as they don't go through a conversion event themselves, they don't have to pay the capital gains tax on any earnings they have, and they get a charitable tax write-off for donating. So there's a huge financial incentive to anyone who has made crypto gains in the past year to donate through this Restore Earth campaign and Angel Protocol as a whole. But yeah, we'll be able to accept from Terra, from Ethereum, from the Bitcoin network, from Solana, from Cosmos. So wherever you're coming from, rather than pay the tax man, pay it forward to charity, man.
Wow, that is huge, man. Oh my God. See, we knew Chauncey was gonna come through and drop some major alpha. All right, dude. Well, so let me see what Latert says, baby, I can see your halo. And also any and any plans for integrations with on and off ramps like Cato, Alice, etc. for easy fiat to USD donations?
100%, 100%. Interoperability is the name of the game. It's what makes Terra so powerful. It's what makes Web3 as a whole so powerful. Everyone has their niche. Everyone is building out very important tools. Why would we recreate every wheel when we can work with all of these amazing teams across the ecosystem and partner with them? So yes, we've been talking for a while now with Kato, with Alice, with Cash, with Teak, with really any of the on and off ramps across Terra, and then a lot of the other protocols for different functionality as well. So Cristiano is just on for Sandclock. We're working with them to integrate into their vaults. We're working with Apollo to integrate into their vaults. We're really going to be able to tap into effectively any yield source on Terra as an option to provide to the charities for their endowment strategies. And we'll make it simple for them. They'll just kind of select their risk profile. But from there, we're starting with Anchor, but we'll be able to tap into effectively any yield across Terra.
Wow. Oh my God. So if I wanted to get real risky with it, I could tap into that Terra Floki.
we might have to work with Terra Floki, man. They're obviously more than a meme. So we'll see what happens with the game they've got coming out. But I'm excited about the way their team has delivered. It's been a fun, unique way they've gone about it.
Yeah, like I love that team, honestly. Like a subscription NFT is like amazing. We won't go too far into depth, but
T Floki, when Angel Alliance, call me.
T Floki, where y'all at, man? Y'all need to be man. Exactly. I'm gonna hit them up. I don't know. I'm acting like me hitting them up is gonna matter, but I'm gonna hit them up. Well, Chauncey, I want to thank you so much for coming on to the pod, dude. Like, for really just showing out, showing love with the marketing, with everything. I'm just so happy that we could like organize this event to help raise funds for Angel and for Project Mitch, just because y'all just doing like a lot of amazing things, and you got to support that. You got to support someone who's truly driving a revolutionary change.
The community is doing a lot of great things, man. We're just channeling that energy. But thank you so much for having me on, Breevy. Thank you so much for coordinating this all together. Just a random shout out to Luna Bulls. They passed over $100,000 in donations to Angel Protocol through cutting us into their royalties and everything else. So shout out to those guys. But yeah, man. Every day is a new all-time high.
Kevin Russell told me I'm sus because I said that you were my first interview. We all know the story, Kevin. I interviewed him first and then lost the interview. So I was still getting it together in these times. So I'm happy to have him on. He's going to be later on. He'll be talking about TFI Alpha as well as some Angel Alliance stuff as well. So happy to have him on. Of course, very happy to have you on as well, Chauncey. Next up, we got Ed from Pylon Protocol. But right before that, let me go ahead and check on this Talus. Let me check on this auction really quick and see where we're at. Everyone who's in the chat, make sure you check out the auction. You're raising money for Project Mitch and Angel Protocol. It's a 7 NFT bundle. Yeah, you definitely want to get in on it. Highest bid right now is 10 Luna, so it's not too crazy. I mean, we got a Space Loot in there, we got a WVA in there, Terrapin in there, Luna Bull, Fractal, Gucci, Planet Luna Apes. I mean, we're talking about the Luna NFT starter pack right here. So definitely want to go ahead and do a bid, even if just support. You know what I'm saying? So, but next up, we got my guy Ed from Pylon Protocol. Ed, how you doing, brother?
What's up, Breevy? Long time watcher, first time caller in, but excited to be here.
Man, that's love, man. Don't make you blush, dog. Don't make you think I'm popular. But just for anyone who somehow doesn't know what Pylon Protocol is, can you give us just a quick project overview?
Of course. So Pylon Protocol is a yield redirection platform. And, we think that there's so much power in having DeFi that can spin off predictable yields like Anchor does, that we want to bring that to a bunch of different real world use cases and crypto use cases to allow people to kind of do lossless investment, lossless payment, et cetera, et cetera. So what does that really mean? So instead of actually, paying for something upfront, we thought it'd be a really cool idea to let people lock up a fixed amount of money and then use the yield that we produce through DeFi to pay kind of whatever fees that are expected on the other end. So, the example that really kind of sparked my imagination is, imagine instead of having to pay Netflix $10 every month, if you could just lock up, $200, $500, and then just use the yield that spins off of that to pay your Netflix subscription. And then whenever you want to cancel, you can get all of the principal back. And that was kind of, when I heard it pitched that way, I got super excited and I thought, that is a great idea. How can I get involved? And so Pylon kind of started out in the crypto space because a lot of things are kind of, on chain already. And the first use case that we've kind of launched is using, or kind of like the Launchpad use case, where instead of actually paying for tokens, you can lock up capital, get tokens in exchange for the yield, and then at the end of your lockup, you get all of your principal back. So it's kind of like a lossless way of investing in, what some people view as kind of risky tokens, where you don't really know how they're going to perform.
And one of like the dope things that I thought about with Pylon is that whole lossless investment. Because that's one of the things that I always pitch to my friends when they're like, "Oh, crypto's mad risky, bro." Blah. I'm like, "Well, hold on, man. You don't know. There's a little something you don't know." Let me introduce you to Pylon Protocol, brother. The space where you can throw quick 1,000 in. You ain't got to worry about losing it. But also, you can get some crypto too.
That's right.
So I just think that's super, super duper dope about Pylon. So I think lately a lot of the lunatics have been asking, what are some of the benefits of those like governance stakers for mine?
Yeah, so this is something that we've spent a lot of time thinking about recently. And, one of the things that's been a learning experience for me is how important it is to kind of listen to the community. When Pylon started out, we started out as a really, really small team. And, a lot of the ideas and direction kind of was sourced internally with just the internal team. But, as we started kind of seeing all of the community activity in our Telegrams and on Twitter, we realized that there was, a ton of power and a ton of great ideas coming from the community. And for the longest time, Pylon actually didn't have community governance, right? So, we did an AMA. We kind of heard a lot of people's complaints saying, "Hey, we really want to get involved. We really want to kind of dictate or help you guys decide, what you should be building or what you guys should be investing in." And we thought that was great. So what we did was we had our engineers kind of put their heads down, get governance out. We just launched it a week ago, and we are already getting a ton of proposals kind of pouring in into the forum. One of the key benefits that we think people have by holding the governance token is that they have control over kind of what we do, right? We listen to the governance, we listen to the community and the proposals. And if, the community is saying, "Hey, we don't want you to launch XYZ, right? We want you to do this, or we want you to work with this project and not this project." That is dictated by the people that hold Mine Token. And I think that's really, really powerful. It's not worth something necessarily from a monetary perspective, but it is, it is kind of cool or powerful to kind of have that. And that's one of the key benefits of holding governance. I think the second thing that we're really looking to do is we're just looking to figure out how can we return value to folks. And one of the key ways that we do that is through mine buybacks. So anytime we run a Pylon pool or a Pylon swap or a Pylon scout, we're collecting fees, right? So we're a business, we have to stay afloat. We've got to pay our engineers, we got to pay the team, but also, we've got a DAO behind us, right? And we've got to redistribute some of those fees back to our governance holders. And so right now, when you look at kind of our governance page, we're yielding 20%, right? So that's just as good as an anchor investment, and we're doing it through kind of, again, like this fee collection and then buybacks and distribution. One of the things that people don't often think about is like, how do you get that 20% to look like 50% or 100%? And the answer is you've got to get more fees, right? And so how do you get more fees? It's really helping the protocols raise more money, and it's working with more projects, right? And getting more people to kind of invest in these projects. And so we've kind of been looking at that. We did some back of the envelope math, and we think that we can easily get that multiples higher with some of the plans that we have and some of the reworkings that we're doing. But what we've heard from the community is that they want other benefits, and primarily I think what the community has been asking for is, how do we get access to these 30x returns on these IDOs? So it's something that we've been exploring. I would say two things about that. So the first thing is, I always like to caution people, you can't always promise the 30x return. I think typically a 30x return off of an IDO means that the IDO was not priced correctly. It means that there was way too much demand and not enough supply of the coin. And then obviously when more coins are released and the price starts shooting up to again 30x of what the IDO price, so let's say 1 cent to 30 cents, really that just kind of represents like the demand and supply curves in Econ 101 kind of meeting at a particular point. So I think protocols, my prediction is that protocols are going to get smarter about the way that they price their IDO coins. And that's not really a ton of, Pylon doesn't have a ton of control over the way that people price their coins or the strategies that they use to kind of do their IDOs. So if a coin, instead of, if people realize like, hey, we shouldn't be launching our coin at 1 cent, and instead we think the real market demand is at 10 cents, Pylon basically has a choice. Either we can work with these people or we don't work with these people. If we don't work with the folks, that means that we don't get any fees. That means that protocol or that project can go to somewhere else, can go to a different launch pad, where they are willing to do it at 10 cents, let's say. And so what that means is fewer buybacks for our protocol holder, like our governance holders. And so we're not sure that that's like necessarily the best option. That said, we think there is a balance. And so one of the things that we're kind of looking for is, if the demand greatly outstrips the supply, how do we kind of bring the balance back? And one of the things that really caught our attention was there was this awesome flip side crypto bounty in a calculator that got produced. I think it was last week. Did you happen to see that, Breevy? It's basically it's a lunatic score calculator.
Really?
And yeah, it's super cool. Let me see if I can just pull it up and share with you really quickly. It's super cool, very innovative. I think this is the type of thing that we're looking to kind of do, but specifically for the Pylon protocol.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think I know what
it.
you're talking about, and it's the thing where it's like it would look to see how many different like like LP pools and like NFT projects, like all these different activities that you might have done onto how
Exactly.
much how loyal a staker you were and all that stuff, and then it gave
That's
you
right.
0 to 30 to tell you like how hardcore of a lunatic you were.
That's right. That's exactly right. It's a scorecard.
Yeah.
And basically there are different criteria you can check to get points. And the higher the points you have, the more of a lunatic you are. So exactly as Shah just said, it's like, how many governance proposals have you voted on, right? you know, do you do activity at all hours of the day, right? Things like that. And one of the, you know, it's so cool because I think when we think about how to incentivize, you know, the right set of people, it's really going back to something very similar, right? It's the people that are really engaged with your protocol and people who aren't really looking to just have a quick flip, right? I think one of the things that people don't realize is there's real projects on the other side of these IDO launches, and they're not really looking for you to kind of make a quick flip and have 30x. They really are looking to have a loyal base of investors, right? And so I think using a method like this ranking system, but on Pylon to kind of gate and figure out who gets access to this really well-priced IDO is something that we're really interested in, and we're looking into right now. There's actually a service that Woojin has been talking about called Passport, and we're in some initial talks with them. So let's see if something comes out of that.
I think that's a super cool idea. Like that is, it's phenomenal. And you can do that with DeFi. You can't do that in other places. You have that scorecard and kind of just gauge people's you can really get a good feel for, is that account a loyal supporter? Like one of the criteria I remember when I was looking at the scorecard was airdrops. And if you were someone who immediately dumped your airdrops as soon as you got them, that's a poor loyalty score versus did you hold them for at least 24 or 48 hours or whatever, or do something else with them? And I was like, yeah, that's a good metric for loyalty versus just, mercenary capital, right? As soon as you get it, you sell it, right? So.
Hey, I'm just going to say this. My score is 28, y'all.
Uh-oh, flexing. Look, I don't want to show you up, but I was a 29, son. So
you 29?
You gotta step your game up, son. Step that game up.
I gotta step up. It's because I cashed out some Luna from staking. Damn. Damn. Yo, this is fire, Ed. This is some major alpha, yo. Wow. Yeah, you guys have been using this, man. This is gonna be amazing, for the protocol. You're really gonna be able to target who is really, really rocking with Pylon, man, and really start blessing them. Wow, it's got all these different names.
I think it's super cool, and it was a community, really a community-driven project, which makes it even cooler. And like Shah said, I think this is something that you can really only do in DeFi, where everything is on chain, and you can go back and look at people's behaviors, and it's super transparent. So I think it's great. I love it. We'll see if we can get it in.
So let's talk a little bit about the collaborations you have coming up. I want to ask you specifically about Deviants, because I checked my Pylon earlier and it was you have blah 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 tickets, and I don't really know what that means. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so NFT Lotteries is one of the kind of latest launches that the team has put together. Basically, a while back, we had Galactic Punks reach out to us and say, hey, we want to work with Pylon. And it really wasn't something that we were set up to support in the beginning. All of the launches that we've done have really been on tokens rather than on NFTs. And so we basically adapted the Pylon protocol concept, right? Whereby, we wanted to figure out a way where people could make deposits and have chances to earn NFTs. So that's exactly what the NFT lottery is. Basically, you kind of lock up your UST. Over a period of time, you will accumulate tickets. And then at the draw time, so which for Galactic Punks happens every 5 days, we basically collect up all the tickets, stick our hand into the pot, draw out a winner, and then we airdrop the NFT to the winner. So it's been really seamless so far. It's gone off without a hitch. We've given out, I think, probably 4 to 6 Galactic Punks at this point. I can't quite remember. And now we're starting to kind of see interest across the burgeoning NFT space in Terra. Deviants, people were talking about this today, but the cadence is going to be a lot faster. So we're giving out 200 Deviant packs, And there's a 7-day warm-up period just for people to kind of get their capital in and accumulate tickets. And then after that, we're going to start drawing, on a daily basis. So we're going to give a pack a day away. And we've got both a UST lottery and we've got a mine lottery. So if you're a mine staker, as long as you've got mine staked, you're automatically entered to kind of win some of these NFTs. You don't have to do anything. And so you're accumulating tickets in the background, and hopefully, you'll get lucky.
Yeah, so just imagine you had no idea this was going on, and then let me pop on real quick and see what's up. And I saw Deviant, so I just clicked on it, and I was like, oh shit, I got tickets for this. I was like, oh fuck yeah, I'm already entered into the raffle. I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, and again, it goes back to finding ways that we can be creative to give value back to our stakers, right? And I think a lot of people keep saying like, hey, how are you returning value? How are you returning value? It's small things like this that I think, being entered randomly into the lossless lottery, there's a chance that you won't win. Most people won't win. But I think if you add up a bunch of these things over a long period of time, it starts to become valuable to be a mine staker. And that's our hope.
Yep. And that's super dope.
I just looked at my account now. I just went to Gateway. I did not know this was going on. And I happen to be a loyal Pylon, minion. And I looked at, and it looks like I have some tickets too, just from having staked mine tokens in governance. And that's pretty awesome. I like it.
So dope. Yo, so so I remember 6 months ago in this space where you pretty much knew everything that was going on. There was only a few projects, but I've talked to Shaw about this. Eventually the lunatics are going to have a problem here where we're just going to have money and airdrops and giveaways that we don't even know about. That's just I had no idea about this.
Hashtag good problems, man. Hashtag good problems. First world problems.
I just popped on Pylon. I'm just trying to check my regular shit, Oh, let me see how much Valkyrie I got. Oh, this is cool. Oh, let me check out this Deviants. What they talking? Whoa, I got some shit already. My mind was blown already. That's why I was I have to it was so lucky that I was already having y'all on so I could talk to you about this. Cause I was I don't know what it does, but
Wait, so Ed, just for my clarification, because I zoned out for the very beginning. So I've got mine token staked already. So it looks like I've got some tickets. But if I want to actively get some more tickets, it's just like any other gateway pool where I can deposit UST, and while my UST is there, I'm getting tickets, and then at the end of the period, I get my UST back. That's all.
That's exactly right, Shah. I think the one modification that we did with these NFT pools is we made it so that you can get in and get out of the pool whenever you want.
Oh, very cool.
So, we these draws go on for a really long time. The Galactic Punks draw is going to go on for the better part of a year. So we wanted people to be able to kind of get their UST out if they wanted to. Basically there's no cliff like there is in the traditional gateway Pylon pools where you have to lock up for 12 months or 18 months. This time it's just in and out as much as you want. And you're only accumulating tickets for the period of time that your money is actually in the pool. So if you're only in there for 10 seconds, you generate 10 seconds worth of tickets. If you're in there for 2 weeks, you'll generate 2 weeks worth of tickets.
Gotcha. And then the draws happen just at some preordained interval,
Exactly. For Galactic Punks, it's every 5 days, and then for Deviants, it's going to be every 1 day. But there's a 7-day warm-up period going on right now.
Gotcha. And then
when will the end of that warm-up period be?
So I think I think there's 4 days left. I was looking at it this morning. So I think there's 4 more days, and then after that, we're going to be drawing every day.
Wow.
And then is there if you're not checking every day and your ticket gets drawn, it's not like you lose it if you don't claim it after a certain amount of time. It's there to claim.
That's right. Yeah, the smart contract automatically, or our process automatically airdrops the NFT to the holder. So it's not like they need to. Yeah, it's super awesome.
I'm impressed, guys. Very impressed.
I'm mad impressed, yo. Like for me, I fell in love with Pylon like immediately as soon as y'all came out with the lossless investments, with the way that y'all initial launch went. It was just like flawless completely. It was just perfect. And when I saw that happen, I was like, this is indicative of the way the rest of the launches are gonna go. And so I was like, man, I need to put a big old bag in governance because like this is gonna be something that is huge. And it's super dope, Ed, that you are contacting the community and seeing like, you know, how can we better benefit you as a staker, and then also how can we better benefit the long-term stakers or the ones who are truly supporting Pylon, like with the Lunatics meter, which I'm apparently not beating Shaw in, but now that 29 is my goal now.
Right, man. I'm just trying to give you, you know, you got room to grow, my friend. You got room to grow.
Yes. But yeah, man, it's just super beautiful what you guys are doing for the community. Now you said that you already started like giving out galactic punks already.
That's right. Yeah, I think we've given out 4 of them. There's been two drawings, and then every drawing is 1 drawing for the UST pool and then 1 drawing for the governance pool.
Super dope. I need to check the go. Where can I check to see if I won? I need to check and see.
Yeah, I'm looking at right on the gateway. If you go to the gateway thing, it shows you like the previous lottery winners. At least I can see the last 2. So,
that's right. We don't have functionality where you can see the full history. And so you'll have to just go to Random Earth and check your wallet to see if it's landed in there. But maybe that's something that we'll bring. I know the community has been asking for it in Telegram. And if you look at some of the Galactic Punks, I'm a huge Galactic Punk fan. Some of the ones that we're giving out are extremely rare. So I'm super excited about it.
Oh my God, you guys are doing the best, man. Can we talk about any future collaborations you have in the pipeline?
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff being worked on. I don't want to spill too many details. One of the things that I've learned in the last, I just joined the team like a couple of months ago. One of the things that I've learned is do not overpromise and underdeliver, because the community will get you for that. So I'm doing my best to kind of restrain and not give out too much alpha. The one big launch that I think I am personally looking forward to is the Prism launch. I think what those guys are doing is super innovative, and they did a bunch of great work around building kind of like a new launch concept called Pylon Scout, which is basically, I think it's very similar to kind of what the Mars folks are doing as well, but it's a better way to kind of discover price and whatnot. And so we're going to be working with them to kind of help them roll it out on our site. And then going forward, it's going to be an option for other protocols to potentially use that same type of launch model. So, the way that we kind of you voice it is like having more ways of launching your token is not a bad thing, right? And giving people choice and letting them choose how they want to launch is a good thing. And so it's really figuring that out, and then figuring out how to pair up some of the cool Pylon Pylon mechanics like the leaderboard and the Pylon score that we're eventually going to come up with, and figuring how to give more return back to the long-term stakers. So
gotta love Pylon, yo. So I got a community question for you, Ed. This one's from Chris. So if we want to incentivize loyal holders, is it possible to have an auto stake feature for Pylon pools so they get staked even while vested?
Auto staked feature. Yeah, that's an interesting question. So I guess
I think he's saying like, so Pylon pool generates like whatever. I think he's saying, can you have it like auto staked to whatever the governance is?
Yeah. So I would assume either it's the governance or it's LP. So I think a lot of people have talked about, can we do liquidity farming with the coins that are kind of locked up on Pylon? Yeah. It's something that we've thought about. It's definitely interesting, right? Because one of the big problems that a lot of protocols face, including Pylon, is how do you get that initial set of liquidity so that people can buy and sell your coin in the market. And you know, one of the real pain points about Pylon right now is that we've got these cliffs where you're not allowed to even touch your coin until, you know, call it 3 to 6 to 9 months in. And so figuring out how to get people more use or more advantage out of those coins, I think is really, really interesting. So it's definitely something that we can look into. For the LP stuff, you know, there's this new hot wave in DeFi around protocol owned liquidity and, you know, like making, you know, liquidity renting kind of a thing of the past. It's stuff that we're looking into and figuring out, hey, how can we do that? How can we combine that with Pylon protocol to kind of make that a thing for all of Terra? So it's something that we're exploring, but yeah, great idea, and definitely something that we'll keep looking into.
Super dope how willing to listen to the community that Pylon. It's like so dope how like willing you are to just listen to possible future benefits and like just taking in information from the community. Just really, really dope that you guys are willing to grow in that way. And I'm super excited for the governance to really start getting the rolling. I saw that you guys had your first vote going on right now. I forgot what it was for, but
it was to launch governance. It was a governance poll to launch governance. It's very meta, but it passed.
Would you like to vote on other proposals after this one?
Yeah, basically.
Anyone who's in the chat, make sure you vote in that. We got to get that passed because obviously we should get it passed. It's kind of like the Columbus 5 upgrade. Would you guys like to upgrade? Yes. What do you mean? Of course we do. But that's super dope, Ed, man. I want to say thank you so much for coming on to the give back, man, and repping Pylon like a champ, dropping some major alpha quick summaries. I like to summarize things. Pylon, they're going to be doing airdrops of NFTs. Governance stakers, you're going to get tickets just for staking and governance, but you'll also be able to participate in the lottery via the Pylon pools. They're also thinking about doing, what am I saying here? They're also thinking about doing possible auto stake features. So I got the flu too, y'all. Like, in case people are wondering, like, why has he got a hood on with a scarf? I'm not outside.
You're styling, dude. You're styling, man. You're styling. No, Ed, I want to give you and the team at Pylon some major props because, you know, you guys came under fire in the last few weeks, you know, and that's not an easy thing to do. Like to take as a young team that's just getting started. You know, I know a lot of you guys are super young too. Like Woojin is a very young like CEO, and like and it's, you know, like while a lot of people, we always praise how awesome the lunatic community is and how it's like a lot better than a lot of other crypto communities, we can be quite critical of like tokens and whether or not a token has a good value accrual mechanism or not, and whether they're like fulfilling their promises, like you said earlier. And so like, it's not easy to come under that kind of line of fire. You guys took the heat. You came on the AMAs, the Twitter spaces. We see you, man. I saw you, brother. I saw you defend. You were like brand new to the team, you know, and like you're like taking the heat for stuff that you already were there for at the beginning. But you guys were very eloquent. You kind of saw what the community was really saying and that critical feedback. You took it to heart. You made changes right away. Obviously, DK came in and like, you know, helped out a little bit too, like, you know, represented you guys a little bit. But I just want to say mad props, not easy to take that scrutiny and really kind of turn it around. It looks like you guys are doing that. So I tip my hat to you for doing that. And hopefully you'll be a good example to other applications if they start, coming under fire too, of how to turn that around.
Yeah, we're definitely trying our best. And look, we appreciate all the feedback the community has for us, the good and the bad. I think it makes us better and stronger. And we're going to keep working really hard for the folks that are supporting us.
There you go. And then, for those of y'all out there on the call, like, now's not a bad time. If it looks like Pylon is turning around in your eyes, maybe get in a little bit. It's a good little low on the token price. So
I've been DC. I've been
NFA. Not financial
not
advice.
financial advice.
Not financial
Please don't sue us.
Appreciate it, guys. And thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Dude, it's been a blessing, man.
Awesome,
Thank you so
man.
much, Ed. Next up, we got my guy, Kevin Russell, coming back on the pod for the second time, but the first time.
What's up, baby? What's up, Shaw?
What's going on?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
'Cause I'm on a cell hotspot into my laptop.
Oh, wow.
So if you guys can hear me, we'll try to push through it. Yeah, we've got a winter storm here in Montana. Winter has come. So it went out a bit, like 30 minutes ago, it went out. So did you guys notice we're up to 20 Luna on the auction?
Oh,
I was just about to check it right now. 20 Luna, y'all.
That was making me feel real good about the auction. And then y'all made me feel real good about my day one pylon bag. So I've been holding that thing for quite a long time and definitely, I feel real good about that. So a great stream, guys. This is great.
Dude, like he dropped some major. Ed went crazy. Like
he did. I learned a lot in that one. That was actually a really cool interview.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Now, Kevin, real quick before we get started on you, just want to announce the usual things. Don't forget, everybody, we have an NFT auction going on right now. We're auctioning off 7 NFTs for Angel Protocol and Project Mitch. We got some Women versus Apes, Terra Pins, Luna Bull, Fractals, Planet of Loon Apes, Gucci. We auctioning off the Luna NFT bundle starter kit. Y'all remember them Pokemon packs, the starter kit, the one that came with the holographic Charizard that's worth a lot of money now? That's what we got right now. So bids currently at 20 Luna. The link to the auction is pinned in the chat. I definitely should bid. Go ahead and donate. Angel, of course, is already changing lives. It hasn't even been released yet, which is super crazy. And man, just super excited for like all the 20 Luna, y'all. That's like $1,000. It's crazy. If you had told me where I was at, let me tell you where I was at a year ago, real quick. I got laid off from my job, living on unemployment. I have no money. I was broke as fuck. If you had told me a year from now that I would be helping to host an NFT auction on Luna's blockchain, I would have said, "What the fuck is Luna?" That is how quick this has all happened and how lovely this community is. Like I couldn't have grown to where I'm at without this community. And just super elated to have you guys here. Kevin, my guy, TFI Alpha, Angel Alliance. I know you got Alpha to drop. Can we talk about TFI Alpha a little bit? I know you guys got Miami coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first, I guess it's a thanks to the community. It's very strange to look at 171 million Luna. Like, what's that value? Any big brain shock? Can you do the math on that? 171 million Luna. That value went into giving us the confidence that the world wanted these TFI Alpha events everywhere. And so they gave us a 5-year runway, and it's pretty exciting. I mean, I knew New York was awesome, and we're trying to make Miami that much better. But it's pretty humbling to look at that number and see that it's like, I mean, this is what the new world's all about, is this type of governance. And this is what the community asked for. We all did it. Nobody got paid. We all just wanted to do an awesome event out in New York, and it just went off. It was incredible. So
$8.7 billion, Kevin.
What was that? 8.7?
8.7 billion just
I mean,
what you guys are doing and vindicated Your
It is,
effort.
that is just, I mean, it's incredibly humbling and it's encouraging. You know, we were doing this all without getting paid and we would have still done it, you know, and just hustled with sponsors. But knowing that there is $8 billion of the community that just valued what we were doing just gives us that confidence to push on further and take this completely worldwide. We didn't want to just do it in New York. It just happened to be that that's where TFL was being. They'd all the stars aligned. And now, I mean, I would say dominoes, and then dominoes are set up and now they're tumbling. So Miami's coming up, and I can tell you right after Miami, we're hoping New York. And then after New York, we're going Europe. We have all these plans, but, you know, we'll be doing all the community polls to see exactly where people want. I know Dan Koo wants us over in his area. There's Mexico. I mean, there's Midas and Cody trying to pull us down there. And so definitely we're going to be doing this all over.
Awesome. So tell us about Miami. Like, which I might come up and I want to know what to expect.
I definitely think you should come up. So not only is the Decentral Con, which is turning out to be just huge because it's at the same time as Art Basel. And so, I mean, with everything happening in the NFT space and just how all of these chains are blowing up, these meetups are just absolutely critical. They're catalysts for the next leg up of your projects. So with that, when DecentralCon heard that we were coming, they said, hey, help us with the after party. And then they said, no, just run with it. And so it's TFI Alpha presents the official DecentralCon after party. And this thing's going to be, we've got the contract signed on this huge venue. It's 1,000-person cap. So everybody that comes through DecentralCon gets the, you know, if you get a ticket to DecentralCon, then you get into the after party, which is the night of the 30th.
Cool. Oh, that's the first night. So it's 2-night conference, a 2-day conference, and that's the first day's night. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And I don't know, I want to give you guys some alpha, like we're doing a pre-party as well. And I want to tell you like who that is, the featured sponsor to that, but I don't know if I'm like, I don't know if I'm allowed to actually say that. I think there needs to be a process about that announcement.
Just whisper it to me and
just whisper it
right now. Like, it's all good.
I'll just say when you all hear, you'll be incredibly excited. And what we're doing with that is like, I mean, hopefully it'll be one of those ones that people will talk about forever. It'll be a fun experience. So
very cool.
Fuck, man, I want to go so bad.
You better. You said, I mean, this is what you do full time now, man. Come on, you got to get out there.
I can't. My gig, it doesn't let me take vacation days. It's trash.
Dude, it's time for a new gig, son. New gig.
Yep.
This is a new gig, right? This is a new job. Didn't you get a new job a few months ago?
Yeah. I just got promoted to this not being able to take vacation days.
Just got promoted to this new
promoted. Yay for the promotion. Yay. But you know, I can't take vacation days until January. So
that's one thing. That's one thing that always like pissed me off about crypto conferences was like inevitably they're like on a Tuesday or a Wednesday. And when I was working full time, I was like, who can go to these? No, like real working individuals, all like the degens that like only do this and live in their mom's basement. But you know, like it is what it is. So
yeah, I'm gonna get there. Don't worry, guys. Soon we'll do this full time, and I can go to every event. Like, what's good? But that next one's in January. I'm there.
Yeah. January is definitely when the next one's gonna be. It should be mid-January.
And where's the next one again, Kevin? Where's January going to be? Did you say?
I mean, it's tentative, but Vegas is what we want to do, a multi-day in Vegas. It's a hub, and we did East Coast, West Coast, and then we'll go overseas. So that's the hope. So I'm not sure if all these DJs gonna start gambling. So you guys got that out of me.
You know what's so funny? I literally just started planning a Vegas trip in March. Like for me and some of my lunatic friends, like just a personal like Luna 100 party, because I was like, we probably gonna be there by March, so let's just right now. But maybe we'll move it to January so we can come to T5 Vegas.
yeah, that one should be really
T5
good.
Vegas. Oh my god, I've never been to Vegas. Like, I'm gonna wild out.
Okay, you got to make plans for that. Kevin, how's the website going? How's Luna Loot doing, man?
Luna, I got interns now, guys. I mean, since TFI Alpha New York, because I've been, with Angel since the beginning, and I got to hang out with Chauncey up at his place, and it was just incredible, right?
Nice.
Really got a bond with him, his family, and then after that, he said, "Hey, Kevin, I got this thing. Need you to take over the alliance if you want to." And I'm like, yeah. And so then it was like, how do we? And so since then, it's been trying to plan, how do you highlight such gratitude that's come every day we wake up, and it's like some new protocol or some amazing artist or some crazy developer. They have all these ideas about how they could direct their yield or how they could donate in these creative ways. And it's like, okay, but how do we create a platform that we can, I mean, Twitter, you pump it out there and then it gets lost, it just becomes some noise. So how do you actually properly highlight all of this, $500,000 that's come into pre-launch? That means that there's been all of these alliance members that have signed up on the faith of our mission alone, not a product. I mean, we're in MVP, but they can see that it's happening, but that's only recently. And so for months and months, they've been doing all of this legwork off of our mission and faith alone and generated over $500,000 for it. I mean, how do you properly display that for the world, right? So we've been building this entirely new Angel Alliance website that'll host every single one of the Alliance members. We worked with Flipside to create a on-chain database. So it pulls from each alliance member and it'll tell you their totals on their profile page, which will be really cool. It's a place for, it's a repository for all the contributions that they've made. And so that's what we'll be able to do these gamifications like for the campaign that Chauncey was talking about that we're about to launch. So they would be like friendly competition across the alliance members that lets them, the more that they contribute, the higher they are up on that campaign. And so it's a much better, what we hope to be the platform to display and highlight and support the contributions that are coming in. Because right now it's like, it just gets lost on Twitter.
Yeah. Well, very cool. That's super exciting. Super exciting.
Yeah. I think you asked about Luna Loot, but I went on about the Angel website.
You're like, I got interns.
Oh yeah. So you see how I've delegated. I mean, even I still love the Twitter, because that's been my heart for my conduit to the community has been through the Luna Loot Twitter. Right. Yeah. And it's like, come on, I'm not just shilling mugs, that's just fun on the surface. But it's like, now that we've got the interns, I mean, it's really awesome. There was so much optimization that needed to happen. It was never a profitable enterprise. Again, come on, if we're making money off of mugs, you're not doing crypto right. This was a service for the community. But now that we got interns, we're taking things in-house. There's going to be better merch for cheaper, higher quality, because we can handle it all, in the actual place that we'll be actually producing it. So that's the Luna Loot update. Fungible Forest is the other one. So that was the spin up, because it's like Luna Loot would just get overrun with how many NFT projects are coming up, and then all the protocols get launched, and it seemed fit to do this whole other service to where you can go with the scarcity model of NFTs and then do limited edition drops. So Fungible Forest has been working with a bunch of the different NFT projects to do only 300 limited hoodies that their designers are doing. And so they'll all be time-based releases. Oh, that's some alpha for you. That's dropping tomorrow. So that's launches tomorrow.
That's dropping tomorrow?
Yeah. You're the first to know that. I've been pushing them for weeks, but yeah, yeah. So there you go.
So that is, you said Fungible Forest. Is that what you called it?
Yeah, it's Fungible Forest. You can find them on Twitter.
Okay.
Luna Bulls was the one who pulled the name out, and they're pushing it. But yeah, they're one of the big launch partners, and they've been awesome to work with.
Nice.
Oh, you're partnering with Luna Bull too? Oh my! So we got some Luna Bull merch coming.
Oh yeah, some really cool stuff.
Oh, I got some Luna Bulls. Yeah, I'm excited.
yeah.
So it's gonna be exclusive drops?
Yeah. So exclusive drops, and then we partner with Talus. So when Talus is ready, we're going to use them as the Lego for the Print That Mint. That's what we're calling it, is Print That Mint. But it'll be using Talus's whole NFT gallery section. So when you connect your wallet, it's using the Talus engine to actually, see the gallery and then authenticate the actual NFT, and then put that on a product to then ship to your door.
Well, hold on. So that sounds crazy. Hold on. So you said I'm gonna be able to go on Talus, grab a piece of art, make a shirt, hoodie, whatever, natively. Like
Yeah,
how does that
that's
process?
Talus's that's their core model. And so they want to directly connect the artist with print on demand services, but they want it to be like authenticate. So it's only the person that holds the NFT can actually get that product made. I think it's an awesome service. And they want to use Lunaloot as one of their premier providers, you know. And so we would actually authenticate. So once Talus authenticates the NFT, when we create the actual merchandise, it comes with a certificate. You know, this is all like high-end stuff. You know, it's like real people's hands that are creating it and then sending it out with the certificate.
Oh wow. Wow. And it comes with a certificate of authentication. Come on,
Yeah,
Kevin.
that'll be for the really high-end items. You know, if you're getting like
Yeah.
the tiny little mugs or something, you know, it'll be tiered with scarcity model, right?
Yeah. That's come on, Kev. I know we didn't know you're gonna go this crazy. Can you so I know we got T5 Alpha coming up in Miami. Can you talk a little bit about who's gonna be coming out?
To T5 Alpha, man, I think
Yeah.
everybody except you.
Oh.
You got to
Damn.
work in like traditional.
Just call me
work.
out.
Come on, man.
Just call me out, man.
But yeah, I mean, like all the biggest, you know, like as far as Terra, everybody's going to be there. I know in our little sector of DecentralCon, they made a little Cosmos area. So it's Angel's got the big booth, and then Terabytes Pod, T5 Alpha, Lunaloot, Fungible Forest, Secret Networks right across from it. And then who's the third, fourth, fifth? I don't know. We have a whole little like family with booths right there in the little Cosmos area of the conference.
So there's gonna be like an entire booth set up too, like where you can come and you can talk to the team.
Oh yeah. So the conference itself, it's like they're expecting anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000, 6,000 that come through, you know, that walk through the conference through the 2 days. So in the conference itself, there's going to be, you know, multiple, you know, I don't know, hundreds of vendors and booths set up and everything like that.
That's cool, Kev. Just keep making me feel bad.
I plan on it. Let's go, man.
I want to go especially because it's Miami and I just fucking love Miami.
Yeah. And I got to admit, the after party, I'm going to be, I will send you pictures every couple of minutes.
You're going to be a little
Yep.
toasty?
I will make you feel real bad. You need to quit that job, go Web3 all the way. You heard Chauncey, right? You're supposed to show up. The universe rewards bravery, my friend.
I kind of want to integrate my job into Web3. That's like I'm trying to do like kind of finesse that. Like I want to integrate my company into Web3 because they're an extremely large company, like one of the biggest ones in the world. And just if I could speak with some of the execs and be like, hey, like y'all should put a portion of your balance sheet in Anchor and like them actually listen. Like so that's what I'm planning. That's what I'm planning. That's my plan right now. But the also plan is to leave eventually as well so that I can not have to miss out on stuff like this because
yeah. And we need you, man. Your lunatic enthusiasm is infectious and we need it. So
man, you know, that's love.
It's
man.
awesome that you're running these things. By the way, it's up to 28.6 Luna. I'm watching in the background here. I'm also very
with
my cell phone hotspot. It's doing pretty good.
Yeah, you were scaring me, dude. You're like, I don't know. It's kind of
dropped. Yeah, it dropped. Yeah, I mean that would really suck to have a whole interview not work, huh? Yeah,
exactly. It would just be me and Shah. I mean, me and Shah could talk for like 30 minutes until the next person comes in,
true.
but
yeah,
you can do a little Luna nerd out. But yeah, that definitely would have sucked because we wouldn't have got
I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on what's happening with the burn and how that's going to reflect. I've heard so many different opinions on what that'll do to the price. I've heard like well, it wasn't in the circulating supply, so that's not going to translate into like the value of the market. And it's like, well, I heard that debate that if you have a bunch of houses in the Hampton and 10 of them burn down or 10% of them burn down, the remaining houses get more valuable, right? That's what it works like, right? So we've essentially burned 10% of the Hamptons, and the Luna that we have left should be more valuable, according to what I've read on Twitter. So take that as it is.
At the very least, it's going to help with public relations as far as marketing, because we live in a degen society where they just love burning shit. They love those deflationary tokenomics. And to hear, like, have you ever heard of a protocol burning $4.5 billion worth of supply? I've never even heard of them.
Yeah, but they're dog coins.
I think I think you're right, Breevy. There's some good media coming out of this. I don't think people realize that like Terra, essentially TFL had like the biggest war chest, or this community had the biggest war chest of almost any any crypto project out there, right? Like it was a very like well-kept secret. And this is at least getting a little bit notoriety. And I think also, the crypto like news desks like CoinDesk and all these other ones, Coinfile or whatever. Cointelegraph, yeah. They've been like, it's so the news on Terra is so sparse, right? For every like 20 like Shiba Inu articles, maybe like one thing will come out once in 2 weeks about Terra, right? And it's like, okay, well, at least this is some like new publicity. I agree with you. I agree with the people in the sense that like, because this wasn't circulating supply, it's not going to put a direct effect on the price, right? Because it doesn't make a difference to what people are buying and selling. But I do think that mentally, there's two factors. One, I think mentally burning like 8%, 9% of the total token supply, I think has a good positive like annotation in people's minds. And then B, the staking rewards are going to go up by a tremendous amount, right? And I think to the point where it's going to put us, if what DK says is right, like, and at like 5x is the Luna staking rewards. Let's say, DK exaggerates a little bit sometimes, but that's okay. He can do whatever he wants. He's delivered so much already. But let's say like even like 4x is the staking rewards to like 12 or 13%. That still, I think, puts us at like the number 2 staking rewards as far as like the major, like the big caps, right? Like maybe just behind Polkadot as far as staking rewards go. And so I think that all of a sudden entices people to want to buy and stake Luna too, because not only are you getting this one of the highest yields in all of the proof of stake chains, but you're also getting like any airdrops and like all the other kind of advantages that come with staking Luna. So, but the one thing that I'll caveat all that like positivity with, I tend to be a big optimist, is like, I think communities and crypto people can be short-minded and not really see that effect sometimes. I was in this one token that literally burned. They went from 100 million in their token supply, and they decided to burn 95 million and go down to just 5 million. And in my head, I'm like, okay, this is going to make the price soar, right? And it really didn't do that much. People sometimes don't even look at that, like, and so we'll see. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Also, when you burn in a supply, like that's a long-term effect. Like it's not something where we're gonna burn $1 billion last week and then this week the price is up to 1,000. It's definitely gonna be a slow rise. If you think about it, this entire year we've been burning Luna at an increasing rate, and we haven't even really seen the effect that that's gonna have. Like when I think of Luna, I don't think of it as like a year investment, and I'm just gonna. I see this as something I'm gonna pass down to my children, and I can't imagine where it would be 10, 20 years from now once this burning continues. This burning is going to continue forever as long as demand increases, and eventually, and I think this is what most lunatics are waiting for. There's going to be a supply crisis, like where you're really only going to be able to buy Luna from lunatics who have been holding it. And then even like, so what that's going to cause is the price to start erupting. So I would tell everyone, don't think like super short term. Don't think we're going to burn all these tokens and the next month we'll be at 1,000. I mean, we could be at 1,000 next month. I don't know. But definitely think more on the long term.
I just have a quick thought here. So what I'm really excited about is I think UST is going to be really close to die. So like right now we're at 4.6 billion. DAI is at 8.5 billion. This burn is going to add probably another 2 to 3 billion on top, right? And so we'll be within striking distance of DAI. And I think when we overtake DAI and become the number 4th largest stablecoin, that will really put us on the map, right? We'll be just behind Binance, USDC, and USDT. And I think that will make us a force to be reckoned with. And then I think the other thing is there's still a set of folks out there who do care a lot about like FDV, right? Fully diluted value. And if I understand correctly, even though this stuff isn't circulating, it is part of the FDV. And so, all of a sudden the FDV will look a lot more attractive to fundamental investors. And so that should also, bring in a set of folks.
Yeah, great points.
Yeah.
Great points.
Yeah, definitely.
I saw a tweet today by some guy that was like, clearly like a big ETH guy. He was something .eth, was like his Twitter handle, and he was like basically saying UST is becoming more interesting as I watch this ecosystem grow, because with ETH fees rising, DAI is becoming, more and more unusable. And he's like, and there's like more increasing distrust in like USDT and USDC after this statement on stable coins that came out, recently by whatever government organization. And so he's like, I'm looking at Luna and UST because UST seems to be like, a great place for, especially for going into a bear market, a great thing to be looking at right now, to be going into. And I was like, oh, okay, like we're starting to like catch the eyes of of some of the more forward-thinking groups outside of even our ecosystem.
I have noticed that we are, like you said, catching like a lot of the crypto degens. Like we're catching them. They're definitely lunatics. There's definitely a lot more of us as well. But I think the largest surge is going to happen when we break the top 10. That's when I think, because when we break the top 10, you can't look over us anymore. You can't. It's unfortunate, but you can't anymore, because like we're right up there with everyone that you've been talking about. and we gaining on them fast too. So that's what I've been.
These dog coins have such big market caps, man. It's a big
crazy,
jump
man.
between like 12 and 11 and the top 10.
I mean, I wouldn't call Cardano a dog coin, but it definitely primed me since I got
Cardano damn near worse than a dog coin.
So I held Cardano since launch until I found Luna. And it was like the promise of smart contracts kept us going. And we pumped that thing up to $100 billion market cap on research papers and the hope of a smart contract that could rival Ethereum. And it was all just, all of that was, I think, priced in. And now that they can't, I mean, smart contracts are live and they really can't operate efficiently. And so what's going to happen to that market cap? Everybody's looking at the dog coins like that's going to be where we're going to get our market cap bump. But take it from a guy who held all the way through the winter with Cardano, all the way up until I found Luna. And then I went, oh shit, this is ready. Like, oh, this is already here. They did it. Yep. They did it while they were getting research papers and, bird chatter from Charles. There was actually shit that was working, and so I'm not unique in that. There's going to be many people that see the promise that we were told in Cardano in a working product like Luna, and then just flood over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amen, brother.
Amen. Amen to that, man.
I did. And if you guys want to do the same, I got my brother into this. He hadn't been into crypto, and I've been in like a decade. So it was Luna that he finally took the dive and jumped in. And he bought at 22, and then it crashed down to 3. So he's held that whole time. And he recently wrote me and he said, hey, I figured out how to swap it to B Luna and applied it to Anchor. And I said, Sensei approved. And then I said, thanks for being on this ride with me, brother. Diamond hands. I challenge you to
Diamond hands. There you go.
Challenge you to a hold off. Let's see who starts selling first. The market will try to rip those Lunas from your hands with big numbers.
Yes.
Stay strong or lose to your little brother. So
honestly, when the price dumps, I don't even get sad. I damn near get glad. I'm like, hey, bet.
Yeah,
when
it hit
jumped, I was
44 the other day.
loading up.
Oh, when it hit 44, I jumped on that. I did not, I mean, there was not a gut punch. I literally jumped on and I'm like, whoop, let's grab that anchor and swoop some. Yep.
Yep. And I mean, you're a true lunatic, man. It's like, this is not, like, Luna is not some short-term hold, make some quick money and get out. Luna is set your family up for life real quick.
Yep.
I'm a dollar cost average into Luna for the rest of my life, honestly. Just I believe in it just so much. What Doe is doing, what Terraform Labs is doing, what the lunatics are doing.
Yeah.
Like all these projects coming out, these lunatics minds, like Chauncey, that was 6 months ago. He said that tweet. Now he's raised $500,000 for charity. Like, you know, these kind of things like are just so revolutionary, and they're just happening so fast. While Ada doesn't have shit going on, so we're gonna definitely pass them up very soon.
Speaking of huge donations, it looks like Lunart just jumped in here, and he's been one of the biggest contributors to the Angel Alliance. I mean, it's been absolutely incredible what he's been able to do for the Alliance. Humbled and appreciate you, good sir.
G'day, Azu from Lunart. Yeah, no, very, very proud of what we've achieved so far and how much we'll be able to give back to Angel Protocol. I think last count we're a bit over 42,000, which is awesome. I think it actually might be a bit more. Depends on if we've changed the Luna into UST or not just yet. But yeah, really, really
y'all
amazing.
already donated $42,000.
Yeah, like it snuck up on all of us. Chauncey and I were like, wait a minute. Like, it was just incredible. Blew us away. Yep.
Dude's amazing. And it's like one of many things he's got going on. Show them the Legos.
The Legos.
Show them the Legos.
Legos.
What's up? Drop that alpha. Let me see some Legos.
I'm nowhere near it. I got nothing to show. I'm in a completely different house, so I've got nothing to show. Unfortunately, as much fun as that could be. But yeah, no, look, well, hopefully it hasn't stuck up on everybody, because you know, I like to think that we've really invested a lot of time in the community and really, really engaged with, you know, I mean, obviously some of the key people, but also just everybody. We really just want to engage all the lunatics and look, whether you have a Lunart or not, we really want to be part of you know, Terra community and give back to the Terra community in so many ways. Obviously, Angel is one of the best ways we can do that, donations, but also, I mean, there's plenty of other ways we can support the community by, you know, promoting different people and other artists and other protocols and other you name it. There's so much happening in our space as well. So there's lots and lots of different ways we can really give back and support the people that help support us and helped us get to where we are so far. And obviously we want to be around for a long time. We're in it for the long haul, and to do that, we're going to have to keep working hard every day.
Now, Azu, for the folks that at home who might not have heard of Lunart yet, can you just give them a quick overview of your project?
100%, of course. Yeah, so obviously we are an NFT project, very much with a bit of a spin. I guess we're a group of 5 individuals, 4 of which are artists, as well as we've got dev background, graphic design background, business background. Actually, all 5 of us have business background as well, which I think helps with a bit of the approach. But long story short, our approach is the art itself. I mean, look, I'm obviously happy to share some links with some people, but I think it'd be a bit trouble to try and explain it on a podcast. But it is all stemming from digital art in the sense that it's all mathematical equations that make images. Sometimes it can take anywhere from an hour to 5 or 6 hours to create one of these pieces as well. So it can be quite labor intensive. It's not a push the button, produce something random and go, yeah, that looks good. Like, it is somebody working around, working again and again and again at a number of different things. I remember I wasn't happy with something at one stage, and I pressed the undo button 280 times to get back to where I was and start again. And that was like halfway through of what I had been doing so far. And so, look, the art itself, it's all based on the mathematical equations by a Mandelbrot, which is a mathematician that actually created this sort of art form, or this kind of equation that led to this art form. And look, it allows us to make some really colorful, amazing, really impactful pieces of art that we produce in 8K. So, the idea is that if you want to print it out and put it up on a wall, which I know some of our holders have actually done, it should look spectacular. It will be a talking point in anyone's home. It is something really, really unique in that sense all by itself. And all 4 artists very much had their own spin on things. And I think a lot of our community have already said, you can tell this one is a Spocko or this one is an Azu. Like we have a very different approach, even though we're using the same software and a lot of the same apps built on top of the software. Where the spin is, because obviously there's a lot of art projects already, whether it's on Ethereum, whether it's on Terra, whether it's on any other network for that matter. Where it's different is for starters, as I talked about giving back, every single purchase, whether it's a primary or secondary, raises funds for Angel Protocol, which obviously has allowed us to do what we've done so far. But it also raises revenue for the holders. So straight off the bat, 50% of all sales, primary and secondary, has been put aside, and basically, and that's being flooded back to the holders. So they're actually earning an income in the sense of monthly gifts. On top of that, we're partnering with other protocols, other NFT projects to actually airdrop other NFTs, airdrop other tokens, other protocol tokens, whitelist spots, all that kind of stuff. We're just constantly trying to add value, give people more of a reason to hold a Loon art beyond just going, that's a nice piece of art. And look, I got a long list of things that we currently have available to our holders, and we currently are working on building and adding value. But I don't want to spend all day just roughing off all the things we're doing. I guess I don't want to take up your whole half an hour. Oh, I can.
This is your time, Azu. This is your time. We need all the alpha, dog.
That's fair. Well, actually, look, I wanted to probably make a couple of points on some of the stuff you're already talking about, to be fair. Well, first off, I actually wanted to say congratulations. You already raised the 26 Luna already. I mean, unless that's changed in the last 20 minutes or so. But that's awesome so far. So well done.
Thank you. This is crazy.
Yeah, it's good. Well done. Look, I hope we, we're down to 48 minutes. So, if you're listening, you've got some Luna, jump in there now. Let's see if we can bump up those numbers. I'd also like to say, look, obviously really proud of what we're doing with Angel Alliance, but we are lucky enough to be part of the beta testing for the website, and we were talking about that before, and it is looking, I'm not giving anything away. Hopefully I'm not giving anything away when I just say it's looking slick. I'm a big fan. I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to blow everyone's socks off. Hopefully I'm not setting any too high expectations there, but
keep going.
I know you probably just love hearing it. All your hard work. No, look, it's great. I've jumped in there, had a bit of a play, and I love being part of the alliance, and I love working with you guys. But I want to continue to foster and build that relationship. But when you've got a platform like that, it's honestly going to be really, really easy to be part of it. That's really exciting. So I just wanted to share that with all the lunatics. You've got something to look forward to there as well. But yeah, look, I love what you guys are doing with this radio show. I think you should definitely do some more of this kind of stuff, because I know we really want to be a part of it. And it's a really, really, really cool approach with the community. I think Terra needs more stuff like this for sure.
Man, that's love, man. That's really love. Like I'm just elated that we were even able, like we're at 26 right now for charity. Like, this is really crazy. Y'all, we only got 38 minutes, man. Put your bid in. This is literally the Luna NFT starter pack. Like, you buy this and you got yourself a holographic Charizard for sure. Like, at the bare minimum, you get a holographic Charizard. But Azu, I'm very interested in the way you create your art. Like, what software are you using for that?
Yeah, so we use Ultra Fractal, which is something, anyone's available for. It's not the cheapest thing in the world, but anyone can sort of buy it and purchase on the internet. But where I guess we go beyond that is that you can download a whole bunch of apps, or you can build your own apps on top of that, or your own filters and your own sort of things, which is what we do, and we sort of share amongst our team, and especially when we find something really, really great. So the interesting thing with the art is we all start with the same blank canvas, which is in our case a Mandelbrot, which is just like a black silhouette of an image, but you can zoom on that because it's all mathematical. You can zoom on that infinitely. So if you look at any of our art pieces, you look at the metadata and it says zoomed in by 10,000%, whatever else. It's because we've gone and we've delved deeper into that Mandelbrot 10,000% of the time, selected as a unique location to really start building our art piece. I think like one of the things that a lot of our community really actually is go, we want to see that in action. And so we're trying to come up with a good idea of, especially if it takes so long. I mean, obviously we could do a really live stream, but I feel like that'd be really boring. What I'd like to do is maybe get a video of us maybe creating one and cut it right down and do some steps. But what we have been doing in our Discord is sharing like steps along the way, so they can sort of see, oh, this is where we're up to 1 or 2 layers, and this is kind of where we're trying to work on some color schemes or a palette that really speaks to us, and yeah, really getting some of our community involved with that process as well. So yeah, look, it's a lot of fun. I personally have been, I started in graphic design when I was like 15 or so. So it was a good couple of decades ago when I really started doing that, and I've only just got into doing this. This is completely different to anything I've ever done. And I'm really native to Photoshop. A lot of all the artwork and stuff that we do is actually stuff that I've personally done. But sometimes I'm doing this art and I'm just like, I just want to change this one thing here. And again, because it's all maths, you change 0.001 of a number and it changes your entire piece as well. So it can be, so everything else influences everything in the art, which is really, really cool. But look, it's going to be very hard to explain it on a radio show. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, jump on. If you just go on our Twitter, just at Lunart, LUNART _NFT. That's our Twitter address. Obviously, our Discord link's on there as well, but we're actually LUNART for Lunart is our actual Discord name as well, if you're ever searching for us that way. But I encourage, even if you're just like, look, floor price on a Lunart at the moment might be 25 Luna. That's probably, for many, that might be pricing it out of the market, but I'd still encourage you to come in, join the community, see how you can participate, how you can play part of it. We do have a lot of other ideas for including some, anybody that does look at that and they want to be part of that, but they're also like, look, I'm not sure I really want to part with that much Luna, but how can I be part of this? How can I contribute? How, is there a way that I can hold an NFT that, again, we really want to appeal to as many lunatics as possible. So definitely come and join us and see what we're all about.
One of the dope things that I found when I was researching all is y'all have a 2-year roadmap. Can you talk a little bit about what's going on in that 2-year span?
I absolutely can. And look, I might preface this with, I've got something I want to use this as an opportunity to announce as well. So I might just run through some of the stuff we're doing and then maybe share that with you guys, just to keep you in suspense as I run through everything. How's that?
That's a bet.
Okay, cool. Awesome. I thought you appreciate that. Look, obviously off the bat, a lot of the roadmap process was getting launched, getting in front of people, and obviously getting people to mint our product. And we started with just 11, one of which was 100% proceeds went to Angel. Another one was completely given away. So just 10 out of the 11 were auctioned off on Nowhere. And then from there, we moved to a full mint on Nowhere as well. And really, really proud that once it went public, fully minted out 333 within 34 minutes, I think, according to the chain data. So very happy with that.
Oh, wow.
But as far as we were concerned, that's when the real work started. So look, we've already spoken about revenue sharing and the gifts and the NFT drops and the token airdrops and things that people get. There's a core lottery. So the idea is that there's different layers or different rarities. The higher the rarity, the higher percentage of the pot is going back to the users, which is great. But it does mean that the people right at the other end of the scale aren't really being able to take advantage of that. So the idea is that we've actually got a core lottery, which once a month we spin the wheel. We talk about what the prize is going to be, and that can go out. And sometimes that might even outweighs what some of the individuals are getting on the higher end of the scale. But obviously, only select few are going to get it each month. Other great stuff we're looking at is a curator club. We're really, look, again, another way we can sort of build, invest again in the lunatic community is actually purchasing some more NFTs and actually basically taking them off the market. And what we want to create is a community-led gallery of Terra NFTs. And whether that's a GP, whether it's a bull, or whether it's maybe even something that maybe isn't as well known, the community wants to get behind it, wants to grab it off and use basically our funds, which again has been put aside from our sales to actually buy back other NFTs. And so we're working on on a way on how we can actually have that interactive on our website, so that we can have a voting process for our community members. So yeah, what we'd want to do is, we want to go after a Lunar Bull, for example, of this rarity or whatever it happens to be. And it's like the community has that ownership of that NFT. They voted on it. They really bought into it. And obviously it's shared amongst everybody. It's not for sale from then on. So that's something really cool. We also, another part we're really excited about is the artist launchpad. So what we would love to do is really leverage the Lunar brand as we continue to build it up. And again, we're still new and not everyone knows who we are yet, but I do feel like we're really building in this space. And look, say you're a brand new artist and you've got some amazing work, but how do you get it out there? Sure, you can contact Nowhere and you can see if you can get something out. Or Talus is a great opportunity for that kind of stuff as well. But you might have a couple of hundred followers, or it's probably not going to get in front of that many eyeballs. Instead, what we would like to do, once again, very community driven in the sense that we would have a short list of artists that would be voted on the community, and we'd love to do a drop where we've collected, say, 20 from this artist, 10 of this artist, 15 of this artist, whatever it happens to be, and really unique art, preferably. As much as we do love the PFPs, I love it. I've got my GP, I've got my Lunar Bulls. I absolutely love them, don't get me wrong. But what we really want to do is have something unique in the sense that whether it is digitally drawn or it's created some other way, and have that included. So, and then the idea is that if you were to do a mint, you could get a mint from any one of these artists and have that drop in, and they're going to get a lot of social media presence. Obviously, everyone's going to be resharing all their stuff, and I think that'd be a really, really great way to support some lesser known artists that would like to participate. So if you're listening to that and going, you know what, that'd be pretty cool, I'd love to be part of it, please reach out. You can always DM us. Our DMs are always open at Lunar as well on Twitter. We'd love to hear from you.
I definitely got a buddy that makes some super fire digital art, so I'm gonna definitely send them your way.
100%. Yeah. And look, and this is kind of the way we've already collected a few names. We've already reached out to a couple of artists. I know you got Tom on later. He's referred someone to us as well, funny enough. Really, really exciting artworks from some of these artists as well. So, and you're really unique. That's something that's, some of the stuff that's coming through is like, I haven't seen this on chain yet. Like, let's get this on chain. Like, I think people want to see this. People want to own this. And, we want to shine a light on what you guys are doing as well. So, a lot of stuff on there. We've got a lot of stuff where we're being a little bit sneaky. We sort of just want to, give a few little hints and things like that. And you might even look for those, especially in our community, looking at our metadata, is still racking their brains of what the yeast factor is. And I hate to break it to you, I'm not telling you what the yeast factor is today either. There's probably a couple of people groaning right now, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. Jump on their Discord and you'll find out. But one thing I would want to use this as an opportunity to talk about is what our most exciting next step is in our space. So we talked already about the fact that we're creating art using the Mandelbrots. There's a few other ways we can create our art. One of them is using a Julia set. So again, I won't go into the technicals right now, but it's just a different way of creating the art that we do. Using a different base layer to start that from. Different silhouette, different mathematical equations, if you want to put it that way. And so therefore, it's going to be unique. Like anything we created using that set would be really, really unique in itself, but it would still have our artist spin. And what we would like to do in the next 3 months, so really looking at next quarter for this one here, is do another drop, which would be a Julia drop. So we've already had our Genesis drop, so this would be a Julia drop. So really, really excited to be able to actually, again, announce this on the show. We're talking about doing another drop. What I would also like to say is, because there might be some people out there going, oh, no, you're going to devalue my Genesis drop. Well, again, if you look at our roadmap, each drop and each consecutive drop, if we continue to have drops, actually continues to earn revenue for those initial holders. So that pot that they are earning those gifts from actually gets fatter with any further sales that they come down, and it kind of sort of bounces back each time. Again, it's actually in a sense of that revenue sharing, it's actually in their best interest for other things to come out. Now, this one also will be very, very limited. We're very mindful of what we're doing. We have been watching very carefully our secondary sales and having a look at what people love, what people like, and the ones that maybe, you know, sitting on the floor at the moment. Again, last I checked, still floor 25, very, very proud of that so far. But also, like, again, there's a few that you may be sitting there that, look, the community maybe doesn't love as much as, you know, maybe we did when we created. So we're kind of learning in that sense. And, you know, we want anything else that we produce, to every single one of them to be that absolute top tier, that, you know, something has to be a flaw, I guess, but yeah, being very, very careful of sort of what we produce and really take our time. So look, I also want to say, we know that the NFT space on Terra is crowded at the moment. There's no doubt about that. So we're also very mindful of, like, we're not doing this tomorrow. We're not doing this next week. We are absolutely going to take our time. We're going to get this right. We don't want to take anything away from the people that are currently holding their pieces, going, mine's going to be devalued in any single way. If anything, we want to keep adding more value to those holders. So we're in no hurry. We're not about, obviously, yeah, we want to make it really, really clear that, you know, we're here to stay. We're not a cash grab. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep building. And so, you know, anyone that's supported us along the way, we're going to keep supporting you, and we're going to keep adding value to what you've done. So, look, very, very excited. Again, very early stages. So again, that's where the announcement is today of what we're doing. Also, you know, I may have mentioned as well, but we're also partnered. I know I've already talked about, obviously, our partnership with Angel, but we also have our partnerships with Astroverse, Lavana Protocol, and actually just announced working with Terrabots today. Got a free mint, a whitelist spot for all the other, for all of our holders, automatically have a whitelist spot, which is pretty exciting, and just in the nick of time because they're minting today as well. So, yeah, pretty excited to see how they go. But yeah, that's some of the kind of stuff that we've also been doing, and there's a lot more happening behind the scenes as well. So yeah, lots more to come. Watch this space.
Holy shit, that was just a storm of alpha for everyone. Very alpha hurricane. No, dude, like, Asil, like, I really, really appreciate, like, how much you're thinking about your community. You know, like, your community was posting concerns, and you immediately addressed them with hey, yo, y'all got benefits, don't worry, type shit. And like, I love to see artists thinking that way. Like, the moment that it said you have a 2-year plan, you know, a lot of folks, they have a couple month plan, and it's real vague, or they don't even have a couple month plan. They got like a mint plan. At 100%, we're gonna do this, and 75, we're gonna do this. You know, but you guys got a lot of different things that you guys are working on specifically for your holders, getting whitelist space and everything like that. Even with creating the art, like, just hearing you creating it, it kind of reminds me a little bit about like my music production. In a little bit, like, obviously it's not auto-generated, but like having to be like, okay, this isn't sounding the way I want it to sound. So you're twisting knobs. Oh shit, I twisted the knob too much. Now I gotta go back, untwist it, twist it a little bit in this way. You know, things like that. And that just shows like how dedicated you are. Like, if you're spending that much time, and it's a mathematical equation. That's one thing that I had no idea about, and that's super fucking cool, man. Like, that you are generating art from mathematical equations. Like, yeah, you're cool. Super dope. I'll keep going. No, you got it. It's all you.
Oh, I was going to say, it's pretty cool to say that, you know, we could give you the maths of your art piece and say, this is it. And you could just load that in, and it produces these incredible bright colors and whatever else.
Oh,
it's just numbers. And look, I know everything digital is zeros and ones when you really break it right down. So, but you know, it is, again, it's how it's created. I think that's yeah, as you said, pretty.
Can you watch the art generate as it's generating? Like, is it just kind of like?
Oh no, that's us. That's what I'm saying. Like, each click is us. Like, exactly what you just said by turning the knobs in this tab. That's how it's created. Yeah, so it's using software in the sense that, you know, we're not just pressing a button. We don't press a button and it just appears. It's literally like, all right, we're tinkering with this and tinkering with this, tinkering with this, tinker this and this and this and this with across multiple layers and multiple different colors and then how those colors interact with those other colors, because you've got multiple layers, and it's
Wow.
yeah, as I said, like I think what we really need to do is get a video produced. None of us are video editors. We need a video editor. Maybe we need to hire someone on Fiverr or something like that. But yeah, we really probably need to get a video like showing how, especially maybe one of our animated ones where 33 of our 333 are animated. And I think that's next level how that sort of comes about as well.
Wow, that's so cool. I can definitely like send you a link to the video creator I use. It's WeVideo. You just turn it on, takes a video, you screenshot, good to go, my friend. Because like I want to see that.
That's fair. That's fair.
I really want to see that. That like just to see it generate and like that would be so fucking cool, man. Because like I've seen your art, it's like all these crazy like deep fractals and like all this shit going on. Like I'm a super psychedelic hippie kind of guy, so like it immediately struck a chord with me.
Yeah, definitely. You just look at it for hours. You got to. I mean, don't forget that 8K. So you can fill up. Depends how big your screen. I saw someone put it on I think like a 30, like an ultra wide, like a meter wide or 3 feet for those American listeners. And it's still like, again, it's just fills up that screen absolutely brilliantly. So like if you should hopefully be able to get lost in our art if you really want to go down that path.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely trying to go down that path. Azuz, I want to say thank you so much for coming on, representing Loon Art, man. Y'all doing some like really amazing things. On deck we got Tom Norwood of Loot Finance. But before we go into that, I got some Terrapin alpha I gotta drop real quick. So give me 1 second, Terrapins, because they've been asking me. I got some Terrapin alpha. There's some real cryptid things. The Terrapins just wanted to have me drop it, and then like we just kind of can talk about it. Yo, that looks fire! Oh my god, the Loon Art, that's crazy. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Anyway, back to me getting this Terrapin alpha pulled up. Give me 1 second, folks. But Tom, we got you on deck. Just give me one moment. Gonna pull up this. And then I was going to talk about it real quick because I see some things that, let me see. See share screen. Can everyone see my screen? Can everyone see my screen? All right, Tom says yes. Okay, cool. So, so this
Actually,
this
no.
is the Terra. You said no?
I don't think they can see your screen on YouTube. I can see it here in Zoom, but not on YouTube.
But not on YouTube, really? Oh, you know what? YouTube has like a slight delay, so it's probably gonna pop up in a few seconds. It's like a 20-second delay or something like that. At least I hope it pops
confirmed.
Up. Confirmed? It's up?
Yep.
Cool. Perfect. All right. So Terrapins gave me this alpha to drop for the Terrapin community. They just kind of wanted us to talk about it because, of course, they go in the cryptic route. But what I'm immediately seeing is right here, you got this guy crossing the finish line, October 12th, diamond hands, right? So I think if you owned a Terrapin by October 12th, you're going to be getting something. But then also, if you look in the background here by the moon, there's a hare. There's a little rabbit guy coming. So I think that they're going to drop some fire ass like rabbit type NFTs for all the holders on, coming up soon, but anyone who's holding it by October 12th. That's what I'm thinking. Obviously, they didn't tell me what it is. They just gave me the alpha to drop. So anyone, Terrapins, any Terrapins out there, this is that alpha. Here you go. There it is. But I think that we're gonna get some airdropped rabbit NFTs, which is crazy because they've already airdropped us some eggs for dinosaurs. So Terrapins is going crazy. But to not focus, I want to get my guy Tom in here. He's been patiently waiting. Stop this screen share real quick. All right. Now, And real quick before I get just wanted to check up on the I want to check up on the auction real quick just to see how that's going. Let me see. All right, let's see how this auction's going, guys. I did something that's messing my shit up. Okay. Let's see what we got here. 26 Luna, and we got 17 minutes. Y'all about to let them get it too. 26 Luna, y'all about to let it happen. I need to put some bids in. This is the Luna starter pack. This is the Luna starter pack. It's going for 26 Luna right now. Minimum bid is 28.6 Luna. We got 7 NFTs being auctioned. If you've been in the, I'm not gonna say all again. My mouth is dry, but pop into that link. It's gonna be it's definitely linked in the chat. So just check it out there. And then from there, let's go ahead and introduce my guy, Tom Norwood of Loop Finance. Thank you so much for sliding on to the Mighty Give Back, my friend.
Hey, Breevy, so nice to see you. It's been a few months, but yeah, nice to be back again. And thanks for organizing this amazing event. You know, especially for Mitch, a fellow Australian. You know, how could I resist? That's amazing, and it's great to see so much support as well for such a worthy cause. So, you know, thanks to not only you but everyone else who's been involved in this as well. It's been a great event so far. Really nice to be here.
I really appreciate you for saying that, Tom. I really do. I'm just super elated that we can come on here and all, one, drop some alpha, but then two, get some charity going. So that's super nice. Now, for anybody who somehow doesn't know about Loop Finance, can you just drop a quick overview of Loop?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're kind of building, I guess, a range of products on the Terra ecosystem. Obviously, our first ones, we've already released a couple. The first one is our content community, where people can create, you know, great content and get rewarded in tokens for that. Obviously, at the moment, I mean, the focus of that content is sort of Terra projects, you know, basically Terra kind of ecosystem in general, but we're sort of looking to move outside of that and broaden it to sort of the general crypto and blockchain industry as a whole. And yeah, so we've got lots of amazing content writers from the lunatic community on there already, and you know, yeah, so that's been great. That's been growing like crazy. We've had, you know, lots of issues, I guess you could say, you know, with bots and spammers and, you know, so many bad actors in the space, but you know, we're doing our best now to kind of keep that content clean and try to just reward people who are, you know, sort of giving back to the community. So yeah, that's been great. And then obviously our second product is our DEX. So we released that in beta about a month ago. You know, again, sort of growing pains. We did decide to launch it to the public in beta, which I don't know whether that was a mistake or not. Maybe we should have kept in closed beta for a while, because obviously, you know, in beta, you're always going to have problems, and it's probably better that only a few people suffer those problems and not everyone. But, you know, we've made people aware that it is still a beta product, and you know, we're just sort of working on that. But it's been great at the same time. You know, we've got so much support and good feedback from the community to how to improve that product. And so yeah, we're looking forward to getting out of beta probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I guess. We've taken everyone's suggestions on board. We've done a lot of dev work in the background, and we're going to be releasing a lot of those updates and fixes really soon. So that's kind of the DEX. And then, yeah, we have a range of other products coming as well. I mean, Loop, essentially what we want to be is kind of a one-stop shop, for people who want to get into crypto, you know, for onboarding new people into crypto. So we want to have a place where people can learn about, you know, how to set up their wallet, and then they can, you know, like swap some tokens. They can, you know, maybe use some some DeFi tools. So like, you know, pooling and farming and things like that on our DEX. And then we're looking at having an NFT marketplace that's coming really soon, actually. Hopefully we'll have the UI for that by next week. And yeah, we're working with both Talus and Andromeda to create some interesting NFTs. We won't be so much focused on kind of the art NFT world. You know, there's a lot of projects in that space already, and a lot of people doing that really well. So we'll be focused more kind of on utility NFTs, I guess. So NFTs for protocols. And one of the first products we'll be releasing there is what we're calling like an LP NFT bond. So essentially that means you can provide liquidity to our DEX, you can get an NFT in return, or you can mint an NFT using that liquidity, and then you can get like a fixed return over a certain period of time in return for kind of giving up that liquidity position to the protocol. So yeah, that's an interesting product that we've been working on over the last few months. And yeah, we have a bunch of other products coming out as well, like some apps, so like a mobile wallet and a Chrome extension wallet. So yeah, we're working on a lot of things. Which
y'all got a wallet coming?
Yeah, we're just using obviously the existing Terra Station wallets are really cool, but we've kind of forked those and doing our own thing with them, adding some extra functionality, some NFT functionality, for example, adding our own swap functionality, creating a bit of a portfolio page inside the wallet so that, you know, people can see their portfolios easily in there, including their positions on, you know, a range of different Terra protocols. So yeah, we want to be kind of like a gateway to Terra, I guess, or even maybe eventually gateway to crypto. So get people on board, you know, help them learn about the ecosystem, give them exposure, introduce them to the community, and then from there they can go off and explore the other protocols, you know, all the other great products that are building on Terra. So yeah, that's how, I guess, how we see our role in the ecosystem.
That's cool that you guys are focusing on like onboarding those new Terra users, because we are seeing a lot of them coming in, but we're going to see a lot more within these next coming months. And you know, Luna is not the simple blockchain that it was at the beginning of the year with just Mirror and Anchor. I mean, like the ecosystem has evolved into just, you know, galaxies worth of projects and information that you have to take in order to understand like what you're doing. So it's really dope that you guys are focusing on like teaching people about that. Now,
yeah, 100%. We're gonna. What was that? Oh, I was gonna say we're another sort of section to our platform that we're gonna release soon is a Loop Learn section. So just yeah, a lot of those kind of basic onboarding kind of training videos and things like that. But then we'll also have like a little bit of what we're going to call NFT quests. So the idea there is that you learn how to do something, like maybe you learn how to deposit into Anchor, or you learn how to set up, you know, your Terra wallet and fund it, and then perform a swap from UST to Luna or whatever. And after you've learned how to do that, you'll have to go and actually perform those actions on chain. And then you can connect your wallet to our platform, and it will check to see if you have actually performed those actions, like a test. You know, like doing an exam, and then it'll be like, yep, okay, yep, you've successfully performed these 3 or 4 actions, and then you'll be able to mint an NFT, which will give you like some sort of utility. It's like kind of a way of proving that you've passed the test, but then you'll have a bonus. Maybe you'll get a bonus airdrop or something like that for owning that NFT, and the NFT will have some cool art. And so it'll be kind of like a learning platform, but at the same time, it's kind of learning and testing, and then it's a bit like gamified learning, I guess. And it, you know, kind of like learn to earn is kind of becoming the new thing. I mean, play to earn has been around for a little while, but I think, you know, we sort of see like learn to earn as sort of the next step, and something so essential in the crypto ecosystem too, right? Like it's really hard to, you know, I mean, it's not hard, but there's definitely a learning process involved. Like there's a learning curve for people. So providing that, you know, that infrastructure for people to do that's super important.
Yeah. And it's like you say, it's not necessarily hard. It's just, you know, because a lot of it is just send it over here to buy this and send it back over here and all this, you know, just sending it back and forth between places. But again, like that's dope that you guys are really focusing on that, man, because I just don't see like, well, so Shah or Command, I think every Saturday, if you're still on.
Yeah, man, every
All right, well,
Saturday 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're doing TeFi tutorials. Absolutely, helping people on board.
Yes, yes. So like, it's good that both of you folks are focusing on that, because we really, really need that. We really need a place for these youngins to come in and learn how to interact with all these different protocols. And be in a place to where like you can have a Shah mentor you, or you can have Loop Finance mentor you, because they are going to set up, you need to do this step, this step, this step. And then especially since it's a learn to earn, that's a concept that I haven't heard about till you just said it. So, Loop always doing some revolutionary shit. So I'm very, very happy for y'all. Can you talk a little bit about what pools we can expect on the platform coming up?
Yeah, of course. So at the moment, I mean, we've got 24 different pools up there, including a few which are using the wormhole tokens. So we've got wormhole BTC, which is basically WBTC, like wrapped Bitcoin from the Ethereum network. People are probably familiar with that. And we've also got wormhole ETH, which is essentially just wrapped ETH and if people haven't used the wormhole bridge before, it's really, really nice, like very smooth user experience. You can just like bridge tokens across from Ethereum to Terra, or from Solana to Terra really easily. You bring ETH over onto Terra, and when you send it back, it just unwraps and turns into regular old expensive ETH again. And yeah, so we're looking at bringing more wormhole tokens on, especially like Sol, BNB, Cake, Uni, Link, things like that. And then we're also like looking into obviously the IBC tokens as well. So Atom, Osmo, Akash, like a few different tokens from there. And yeah, we're also really excited just about all the new projects launching on Terra. So looking to, partner up with different Terra projects who are launching tokens, and, helping them create pools, helping them create like our NFT bonds, like I was talking about before, so that they can own their own, they can own their own liquidity through those, which obviously, for any protocol is really important to have like deep liquidity pools for their own tokens. It gives investors a lot more confidence, that they're going to be able to trade them. And also, especially the way we're looking at doing it, like having that liquidity actually kind of locked up, so that, investors can be confident there's not going to be a rug pull, someone's not just going to pull the liquidity off the exchange. So yeah, we're looking into doing that. So yeah, hopefully within the next sort of 3 months, you'll see like a massive influx of new pools and new tokens on the DEX.
Are you guys going to be doing like IDOs and?
At this stage, we're not really looking to do IDOs. I mean, the Star Terra and Pylon, and I think there's a few new ones as well coming online.
Yeah.
So we're not really looking to sort of, that's one thing we're not thinking of doing at this stage. I think we have enough going on. I guess we might have like liquidity bootstrapping pools. We'll definitely have those, so that, I think that everyone's seen recently there's been issues with launching new tokens on Terra because of bots and things like that. So obviously LBPs kind of help prevent that problem. So we'll probably definitely offer those. But as far as actually kind of doing, like becoming a launch pad, yeah, not at this stage, and probably not at all.
Now with the Looper token, has that officially been launched yet?
Yeah. There's definitely, it's on chain. People are earning Looper tokens on our platform, and also obviously, pooling and trading Looper. So yeah, that's already live.
And so to earn Looper token, I've been seeing you guys doing bounties. What can you walk through like a bounty that you're doing like right now?
Yeah, we've been doing a few different bounties. In fact, we're about to work with TFL actually and become kind of like the platform for the official TFL bounties, which is really cool. I think TFL are going to kind of donate, well, not donate, but put a bunch of money into Anchor or into Pylon, and then the yields from that will be used to pay for content bounties, sort of in perpetuity. So we're sort of excited about starting those, but we've been running a few of our own. We ran one with Flipside Crypto just recently in partnership with them to get people to help us provide data on our liquidity providers. We're doing one at the moment for Kujira about their Orca app, which they've just released. So yeah, we're looking to do bounties, basically get people to create content about different projects, like different protocols or different NFT projects, or anything that's kind of coming up or has just recently been launched on Terra, just to kind of obviously create exposure for those projects, and also reward people for creating content about those.
What I really like about the Looper system is, in like a typical like blog kind of setting, you usually have maybe like a few writers on the payroll who are writing about various topics. But I really love that you're incentivizing the community specifically to write about the topics, to write about why they love Luna, or to write about a new project that's coming out. Like, I think that's really dope. I think that we should not sleep on that, because it's changing the way that blogs work. It's a complete change from the norm, and in a better way. Now, me as a person, I can write a blog article, get posted on Looper, and then also get paid in Looper for writing that article if I win the bounty. So I think that's super cool, Tom.
Yeah, we'll also be like with the TFL bounties. Well, I think a lot of the payouts will also be in UST. So people can obviously earn even reasonable amount, like quite reasonable rewards for those, like maybe a few hundred, even up to $300 or $400 for the winners. So that it sort of makes content creation almost a viable like living, is what we'd really like to be able to provide, is a way for people who are creating great content and providing value to the community to be able to to earn some sort of a living off that. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that's so dope, Tom. Can you tell me about, like, is there anything that you can tell me about that's coming up next on Loop that we should be really looking out for?
Well, yeah, a couple of exciting things. Obviously, our NFT marketplace, hopefully within the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. That's going to be super cool. Like I said, we do have a couple of mobile apps also about to release maybe in the next sort of month or two. And yeah, the Loop Learn platform that I was just talking about as well. So we're also looking at releasing that. So we have sort of 3 different teams on these 3 different products. And we'll be sort of releasing all of those around about the same time in the next 4 to 8 weeks. So something pretty exciting to look forward to.
Super excited for everything that Loop is coming out with. Tom, I want to thank you so much for coming on this. Like, especially this is your second time. It's really good to see you. I remember the first time we had an interview. It was literally like 1 in the morning for me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I had like just woken up. Okay, do this. Have sleep.
Yeah, no, for me it's the same today. It was like Sunday and I'd forgotten it. Like I hadn't forgotten, but I kind of put it in the back of my brain, I guess. And I woke up, I was like, oh shit, I've got to get on the show today. It's a Sunday. Yeah. But anyway, no, it's an absolute pleasure. And I'd also like to, I think Loop, we've decided, our team, that we'd love to donate as well. We don't have any NFTs to auction, unfortunately, at the moment yet, although we've got our sort of Space Ape series coming out soon. But we would love to donate like 10,000 Loop tokens to Mitch's Terra wallet. So maybe if you can provide that wallet address for us, Brevi, either like send it to me through Telegram, then the foundation would love to make a donation for that really worthy cause, which is why we're all here today. So yeah.
Oh wow, thank you. Wow, thank you. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm in a loop. Whoa. Yo, thank you. Oh my God. Yeah, I'll get that to you ASAP. Hell yeah. Thank you again, Tom. Jesus. You just dropped the
The
bomb
whole
on me,
team.
yo.
There was the whole team's decision, and yeah, like our team loves what you guys are doing, and yeah, obviously it's an important cause as well. So I just wish we had some NFTs we could offer, but as I said, unfortunately we don't. But that's it's what we can offer at the moment. Thank you. Like you organized this. You've done an amazing job here. So yeah,
Man, thank you
want to
so
make it
much,
worth
Tom.
your time.
It's beyond worth my time. Like just this, like I'm such a Luna nerd, man. Like sitting here listening to all these Luna projects, just dropping major alpha is just like it's just racking my little nerd brain. So it is, my nerd brain is about to explode though. There's a whole bunch of alpha that I've gotten in these last like 3.5 hours.
Reevy, I'm sorry to interject real quick. I know we're running long
Yes.
and everything, but I mean, I just have to say, Tom is an absolute legend. Like there's so much behind the scenes that people have no idea about. Like there's public stuff out there, 10% of Loop's token supply staked for angel charity just now. But he helps so many builders on the back end, like so many teams. He loans out devs when other people need them, like there for advice and support. Just an absolute glue of the ecosystem. So thank you, sir.
No, Chauncey, thank you. It's nice to see you here. And what is that weird spacesuit you're wearing? Is that a spacesuit? You like actually floating in space now, Chauncey? Like it wouldn't surprise me if you'd like gone to heaven.
Chauncey is an angel, dude.
he's a real angel. Look at that. That's awesome. And with that like weird psychedelic space, what is that merry-go-round in the background there? That's awesome. Yeah, very cool.
Well,
anyway,
Tom,
it looks like you guys have got some new guests on, so I should get out of your way. But thank you so much for having me on, Breevy. Like real pleasure. I'm gonna enjoy watching the rest of this event. So thanks guys. Thanks so much.
Man, appreciate you so much, Tom. Next up, we have Terra Firma coming up real quick before we go into that. The auction officially is done. So let's see what we got here, guys. Let's see. Like we got 10,000 loot tokens, and then what we got here. Oh my God, man! Wow. I could almost cry right now. I'm so emotional. Okay, let's see. 26 Luna.
Woo woo! By end of
Let's
the year,
go.
that's gonna be like 26,000.
Exactly. That's what folks don't know. Oh man, look at that. Raised 26 Luna for charity. Wow, 10,000 loot tokens going to Mitch. Wow. What a night. And now we got last, but of course, nowhere near least. We got the Terra Firma crew. Welcome guys. How you folks doing today?
Hey mate, it's just me today. Rowan's still out and about and couldn't get back to his desk in time, so it's left me to man the fort.
No
Ron was
worries,
misbehaving. Adam's not letting him. He's in the doghouse.
No, he's actually having I think they call it like a weekend. I'm not sure. I think it's like it's a time that you're not at your desk. I don't know how that works. Yeah.
I don't know how that works either. I'd be planted here.
Yeah, I just basically I'm either on the desk or on this thing, and that's pretty much
for peeps who don't know too much about Terra Firma, can you give them a quick project overview, my friend?
Yeah, so the idea behind Terra Firma is essentially trying to democratize property. So rather than having to go, hey, look, I want to get into property, here is a ridiculous sized deposit to a bank that's then going to lock me into a mortgage for decades, where I'm going to end up having to pay multiple times the price of the house. If I'm lucky, eventually be able to break even on that in a very, very long time and have all of my capital just trapped there that just sort of feeds that old CFI system. It's allowing people to get in, first off, through lossless investment, through kind of like a pilot pool. Then what they're getting in is essentially that fractionalized exposure there. So rather than having to go into the whole thing, they're able to get a small component, and then rather than just trying to use the traditional, okay, cool, you've got someone in the property and making a bit of yield, like a bit of rent return on that. At the end of the day, yes, people in crypto need an option there that they can diversify, that they can off risk, and they can have something that doesn't care if it's a bull market or a bear market. And the price of property doesn't care what Luna or Bitcoin is doing, which is good. But they're also still expecting to sort of have the kind of yields that you get in crypto, which is significantly better than the traditional real estate market. So rather than just trying to recreate the old sort of model of going, hey, cool, have a house, divvy it up, get a bit of rent, we've specifically designed something from the ground up around the Terra ecosystem, around the specific way that not just DeFi, but the Terra TeFi works, to try and make something that's really unique. And it's going to give that balance between the off-risk diversification and also having something that's got those yield opportunities there. So that's what we've been trying to create. So that's something very, very new, very unique, and a very large amount of work to get going.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work, man. But it's beyond needed. Like as a person who I'm currently trying to get into real estate right now, just trying to cop a condo, like it is. I mean, like the investment that you have to make is just so unfathomably large. Like I had to save up for like 3-4 years just to take a risk.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah. So like what you guys are doing is something amazing, like something where you can come in. I don't know what your minimum is, or if you
we're aiming for the minimum to be a couple $100.
Couple $100, yeah. See, the difference in that is just, I mean, like if you want to, like in Chicago, man, like property, you're probably not getting anything decent for less than like $150,000. And if you go the traditional route, 20% interest, I mean 20% down payment, I mean we're talking like over $20,000, like almost $20,000.
Absolutely. And you've got to dump a really large amount of capital into that.
Yeah.
And then you've got the fact that you've gone, yeah, cool, okay, so I finally managed to get that deposit together, but now it's locked up in this mortgage. I can't do a damn thing with it. So that's also part of the reason why we're going down the NFT path, is to make sure that it remains as this semi-liquid asset there that you can do any number of things with. So before I sort of go into too many sort of things there, it's how should I put this? This message is made available solely to provide information. It's not a statement of future intent. The information contained has not been approved by any regulatory authority and may be amended, updated, or otherwise modified at any time. It is not a prospectus or document of any kind, not to be considered to constitute as an offer of security or solicitation of investment in security of any jurisdiction. And et cetera, yada yada. Cool. Now onto the fun stuff. So so there is the big problem that previous approaches have gone with trying to go down this sort of fractionalized diverse ownership of property, is that it very quickly gets into the realm of you have to go through a lot of hoops to get into it, be it in sort of the old school REIT or a lot of the crypto projects that relate around that. And then when you've got it, you're also again locked into, albeit with a smaller entrance price, you're still locked into something that's quite illiquid. Versus what we're trying to do is, we've spoken a lot on high tide raises all ships. And a part of that is that we're also trying to work with other projects on Terra to have the most diverse range of things that you can actually do with your NFT. So, and obviously, yes, there is the stake and get, rent and that sort of thing, and generate yield from that. But then there's also other components of what you can do with an NFT. And I'm not going to sort of name names, but we all know that there's a lot of fun things that you can do on assets that that an asset doesn't necessarily need to be itself. It might have the say the principal and the yield and the ability for those two things not to necessarily be linked anymore. NFT, there's certain platforms, again, not naming names, that are talking about the idea of using things as collateral. So again, it opens a lot of a lot of ideas. I don't want to sort of tell us this, tales out of school. So those are some of the discussions that we've been having, and just trying to make sure that there's a wide range of aspects of the utility purposes of these. And we've also been having a lot of fun with mapping out our gamification as well. That means that there's an active reason to want to be chasing these on the secondary market. Some parts that will basically allows for the most dedicated community members to create something truly special. And so that's some of the things that we've been going on with. And we just did a bit of an update on our Telegram on Friday night with how we're working alongside a fairly well-known player in Terra at the moment. We've got a project lined up for December, all a bit hush-hush at the moment, with one of the people from Cash. I know that he's quite excited about that. We are hoping to get in on the NFT hackathon. We're just trying to map out exactly what we're able to put into that, because again, most projects are 90% code, 10% compliance and legalism. Ours the other way around. It's the legwork in the real world is definitely the lion's share of things. So we've been sort of going through working at different ways to try and maximize the utility value, the yield opportunities, the tokenomics, and that sort of thing as well, to just make sure that what we're building, one of the great things about real estate is that it's about long-term planning. It's about long-term growth, and we want to make sure that what we're building is focused around that as well. So not creating, I should say, specifically avoiding creating a situation where it's any sort of like pump and dump or just farming token sort of situations. That it's about going, this is something that I'm going to be using as part of my long-term financial planning. This is something that it's going to be able to help set my kids up, and that's the sort of things that we're working there as well. And with some of the other stages of what we've got in the pipeline that we haven't been announcing publicly, but there is a few people in the community that know some of our medium to long-term goals, and they get very excited. So that's a lot of fun. But we do actually have something kind of cool that I can show you guys today that we've sort of been planning out. How do I share screen on here? Am I able to do that?
Drop that out for my friend. Should be at the bottom. You should be one, bro.
Host disabled participant screen share.
I disabled it. I got you.
Give me
1 second. You should be good now.
Okay, so this is something we've been playing with. This is just early mock-up of how we're wanting the actual NFTs to look like. So when you get them in your wallet. So we have been in talks with a 3D AR platform to be able to basically have like a basic model of the property that you can sort of have a little bit more of a tactile look and feel at, and it'll be able to give you right then and there the details on what it is that you're getting involved with, and you can see exactly how those returns are doing, those sort of key stats there to sort of see what's going on. And it sort of just adds into the fact that we're trying to make it fun. We're trying to add to the gamification component here to make it simple to get into, have lots of utility and purpose of what you can do, and make sure that it's really clear as far as what you're getting out of it and how that value is going to work, and making sure that it's that there's just a lot of transparency there.
So, yeah, like this is hell yeah, bro. Y'all doing it. Like, so are you guys, how is the how's the investment process going to work? Is it going to be like I can come on with my individual home that I bought and then kind of get people to fractionalize it? Are you going to have partners? What's going on?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different components as far as with what we're launching. So with the Terra NFTs, that will be properties that that essentially our advisory board is helping us locate here in Australia, and they're properties that are geared towards both the yield and the growth, and most importantly, making sure that we get a good entry price on that. At the end of the day, there's a lot of factors involved in picking the right property. It's not just enough to say, yeah, sure, properties are a great long-term asset. It has to be the right one, and it has to be at the right pricing, and it has to be at the right timing. So that's what we've got our advisory board to help us with. So those particular properties sorry, I thought that was on silent. Those particular properties are going to be brought in for the Terra NFTs. That will be starting with Australia, with the plan to expand to other jurisdictions. As far as land of the free, home of the SEC, we are working on two main things on that side of the pond. One, first and foremost, is about trying to make sure that they can be as engaged as possible with the project. Because as I'm pretty sure that every lunatic is quite fed up with, is the number of amazing opportunities that come along on Terra and in crypto in general. Because you're an American, you can't have a seat at the table, and it really goes against the spirit of crypto, of trying to decentralize, of trying to allow everyone that opportunity. So we're trying to make sure that everything that we structure allows as many people as possible to have that seat at the table. And am I still connected? Hello? Revy? Hello? Well, I don't know if everyone's...
I can hear you.
You can still hear me? Cool. Okay. Looks like Brevi's connection has died, which that is the second time that has happened. I'm not sure if anyone caught our initial interview that we did on the Mighty Whale, but about halfway through, Brevi's connection died, and it left Rowan and I hosting the show on our own. So at this point, I'm gonna take over.
What a running theme! What a running theme!
Yeah, I was kind of wondering if I'm somehow booting him off or just boring him.
Not at all. I can't imagine. Oh man, I'm so excited for you guys have cooking. I don't feel like anyone understands.
Yeah, with working with you guys is always so much fun. A big part of the reason why we started Terra Firma and Series Ventures in general was because of the fact that housing affordability is just getting absolutely ridiculous. People are saving up for years and years and years, and between inflation and the rising cost of housing, the entry point to get into the market is just getting higher faster than they can save. And that was a big reason when we went, someone's got to do something. There's got to be a way to use crypto, to use DeFi, to use this new way of thinking about money to help the next generation get into housing. Otherwise, we're all going to be screwed. And that was a big part of it. And then to also have the opportunity to work along you guys over at Angel has been fantastic. And the more that we can do to help you guys, the better.
I mean, you guys have been absolute champions on every front. I appreciate you so much. And I appreciate the work you're doing with addressing these different elements of wealth inequality and these systemic issues that we face. And it's one of the things that I find really exciting and inspirational about Terra overall is so I mean, Terra, that we're all attracted to it because it is so usable, right? Their whole mission with money, make it attractive to hold, easy to spend, and the real world usage. But there's so many ways you could go with that, and so many builders on Terra are choosing to address the system and really try and create new solutions to actual real world problems and real world challenges that exist with these old institutions and legacy ways of doing things. Like with Angel, obviously, we're trying to reinvent the whole philanthropic funding model, and it's all political, it's all weighted towards the top. The same sort of inequalities exist where the small charities can't afford to actually get these wealth tools to get them out of being small, medium-sized charities and have more funding. So they're in this loop trap. It's the same with people, with real estate, with being able to buy houses and what you're doing. And it's like another piece of the same problem that you just see repeated across every different type of these old traditional models that have failed us. So I'm super pumped for what you're doing, man.
Cheers. Yeah, it's about trying to give everyone else the same chance that the people at the top had in the first place. Yeah. Now, obviously, with everything, whales do sort of make certain parts of the world go around. So we are also feeding that beast in the sense that we have got a couple of things that we're working on that do certainly appeal to that end of the market. But all of it works towards having that be part of the greater good to help everybody. And ultimately, that was also part of the reason why we wanted to build on Terra. Is yes, the Terra economy of how it works is fantastic and is very unique, but also the community itself, to be perfectly blunt, it gives a shit. Like the Terra community actually wants to achieve things. And Angel Protocol was a great example of that. And as soon as we saw that you guys coming across, it's like we need to be part of that. And then the announcement of the Terra Alliance, which is now the Angel Alliance, the Alliance thing. Whatever that's called. Like the moment they announced it, it was like, we have to be part of that. And so when we were trying to design the tokenomics and the economics and the interplay there, because obviously there's a lot of real world components to a revenue model. How to work in at every single stage there, an opportunity to be generating revenue for Angel Protocol. And that was a huge thing that was a part of our focus there. And then also trying to work with local charities that are in that area as well, to get them on board. Like, personally, I hate talking about myself. I'd much rather talking about much more fun things of where we can give money to. Like some of the local charities that we're involved with. One of them goes around and has washing machines on the backs of utes and drives around to the area where there's a lot of homeless people and gives them an opportunity to just get some clean clothes so that they can actually have dignity. Another group that we help sponsor through my main business, which is about to not be my main business anymore, which is very exciting, is another group that gives homeless people a backpack that folds out into a tent so that they've actually got somewhere to stay. And then another organization that we help support is they have essentially pop-up little hair salons that they do in areas where there's like in parks and such, where there's a number of homeless people, to give homeless people a haircut so that they can actually feel normal, feel confident, and have an opportunity to present themselves in the best light, to help them be on the best step forward for trying to change their situation. At the end of the day, it's if there is in most countries around the world, if there is someone homeless, the failure has not been on the person who was homeless. It has been on the system around them that has not helped them. And yes, there is always a degree of personal or autonomy and ownership over one's position. But the fact is that just telling someone who's just through life circumstances has ended up in the shit, sometimes all they need is just someone to actually care and to give them a hand up. And yeah, we have seen that so many times throughout history, that there's been a populace that, through basically through the backs of the work of one half, the other half has been able to make it. And then the portion at the top's going, well, I made it to the top, why can't you? It's like, well, hold on. We got you there. I've had a ladder. Or maybe just don't, have the boot to our neck. And that's the sort of thing that really drives us, as to how can we make a difference on that. So, we're trying to be very focused on, like, with our project, it has the capacity to be a very large UST sync, which is great. And we're hoping that will also lead to stability within the Terra ecosystem. But we're also wanting to be very much focused on, with what we're doing, is everything that we're doing helpful to the Terra community? Is it aligned with our commitment to also be helping Angel Protocol? Is it doing good beyond just helping the people who buy the Terra Firma NFTs, or that buy the series token, or that are clients through some of our direct to market offerings and that sort of thing that we've got in the line there? Yes, we obviously have to make sure that it's a great investment for them, and that it's working for them. But we want to make sure that the knock-on effect is there, which is why, if there's anything that you guys think of, or that the community thinks of, or that Angel thinks of, going, hey, here's a way at which this project can be used for more good, we want to know about it. And so if there's other things that we can do to help Angel, tell us.
You're constantly coming up with new ways. I don't even know how much I can talk about how you were just helping us with getting a discount and some video editing work, but you're always looking out for us in every single way that you can, and really appreciate it, man, from the beginning. Just talking with you and the team, just very genuine guys, and yeah, we are gonna make it, sir. We are gonna make it, and we're gonna help a lot of other people make it, and that's the real important part. Win and help win.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we there's only one thing that I'm not super keen on with the new structure of the Angel Alliance, and that's that you want us to sort of be public about the things that we help with. That's not the point. It's just like we want to help and give, but it's just like, hey, just that we're not wanting to show pony, because
there's a lot to be said about goodness for goodness sake, and not showboating about and showing it off. But there's also a lot to be said about the social infectiousness of seeing other people give and seeing other people be charitable. And I'm really trying to keep people in on that, because when people see other people donating, they start donating more. And so I feel like it really does create this virtuous kind of flywheel effect where, I mean, the Angel Alliance is a perfect example, right? The more people joining, the more businesses joining, the more who are attracted to join. And we had to rebrand it to the Angel Alliance because it's starting to attract people even outside of Terra. But I really feel like it's that kind of almost like a very positive social pressure of like, oh wait, well, he's giving over there and she's giving over there and they're giving over there, so I want to give too, right? All the cool kids are doing it.
Wait, hold on. We're a cool kid now? That's definitely a change from high school, I'll tell you that much.
That's the way it goes, man. If you were cool in high school, I mean, oof, that's it might be a bad sign.
I didn't have that problem.
What's the quote from Lester Bangs? They used it in Almost Famous. The most important currency in this bankrupt world is what you share with someone else when you're both uncool.
I like that one. I think as everyone that has ever known me has known that I have no trouble with talking a lot. So my one of my favorite quotes that I try and always tell myself is I think it's actually by Mark Twain, and it goes, "If I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter."
Yes.
And I try to sort of keep that in my mind when I write something that's 7,000 words long, and I'm like, is anyone actually going to read that short novel? maybe I should just trim that down a lot.
It's a great one. It's a powerful one. It's how you do poetry, right? You write it all out and then you brutally remove as much as you possibly can. The more the better. And you can take that same kind of mentality and apply it to so many things in life. Just get to the real core of it, you know?
Yeah, well, actually, one of the kind of painful things that we had to do recently as part of doing our brand guides. This is of no major interest to probably anyone outside you and me that's had to go through and do all of this crap.
We should probably wrap up the stream actually for other people who I think we're the last one. So.
Oh yeah. I was wondering what happened. Like I just sort of thought like Brevi should probably come back at some stage. Otherwise, it's a bit
I thought he would, but there's a big storm rolling through, so that maybe he just lost power or something like that.
Well, yeah. The one thing I was sort of just going to say in terms of words that that has been very valuable for me as a project builder, that as someone who's always struggled to kind of say all of the parts of what we do in less than half an hour, is one of the people who was helping us with our sort of brand guides and everything had us put together this. I don't know if you guys can see the screen, but he had us put together a series ventures in 25, 50, and 100 words, and then terra firma in 25, 50, and 100 words. And you guys can have a look at it if you like. But the whole point is that if you are in a situation where you're trying to build a project, be it on Terra, like a crypto project, or you're trying to design a new product or service in business back in the meat world or whatever you're doing, this particular concept that one of the members of our team sort of really pushed us to do has been invaluable at trying to help really condense that message. So that's kind of just like an idea there that I wanted to throw out.
I like that a lot.
But yeah, so congratulations on the 26 Luna for the auction. I was running around like a trick with my head up, catching up. I didn't actually even get a chance to bid, and I was almost near the end of it that I even figured out how and where to bid. Oops! But I think that there's another auction coming up that that's also running later on. Do you know about that? Can you sort of share what's going on?
Yeah. So for that auction, it's actually something that Joe helped orchestrate. So someone had reached out to her, kind of a acquaintance, and basically connected her with a family. Their son, Mitch, has cancer. He's been fighting that, and they wanted to raise some funds for his treatment. And a lot of different NFT projects decided to pitch in items to auction for him. So there's going to be a series of, I think, 8 auctions total, and they're going to be spaced out. I would follow Joe's Twitter for more information. I'm not going to be able to spell it, but I think it's like @SpeicherX. I don't know how to pronounce it. SPEICHERX, I believe. But yeah, she will have more information around the Mitch auctions. Well, actually, we'll also be retweeting it from the Angel Twitter, so @Angel Protocol as well. But yeah, I think Galactic Punks and Astroverse are the first 2 up. And then there's a whole series of other ones, but a lot of really, really high quality NFTs that are going to be up and available. So it's a great cause. A lot of them are custom made for Mitch based on some of his preferences of like his favorite Star Wars character, like the Terran's NFT project. Well, I don't want to have any spoilers, but we made some cool custom stuff for him. And yeah, I think it's going to be a really great one.
Fantastic. Yeah. Now talking about that, that's a lot more fun. Although if I have to be entirely honest, my sort of vague wording there was that I was hoping to get you to say how to pronounce her name, because I still don't know how specifexus something. I don't know.
I know it's German. We're going to have to ask Danku.
Yeah. All good. Well, yeah, that sounds very exciting. And yeah, we'll have to post a link in the something to try and get everyone over to that one.
Yeah, we'll put that on Brevi. Brevi will take care of you. He'll link it all through. yeah, I guess we'll just kind of wrap this up here. So Breevy's out. I stepped in as guest host to help finish out this interview since he has doubled this up on you now. But really, it was a great event all around. I'd love to see more telethon, charity, auction style things. I think it's a lot of fun being able to learn about protocols, talk with the founders, have AMAs live while also raising money for great causes. And so, yeah, very excited. Thank you everyone who attended, who watched, who bid. 26 Luna going towards charity, and yeah, I think it was a great night.
Thanks, mate, and thanks for having us on. And I think if he does it the third time, I'm going to start to feel a bit offended.
I mean, if I were him, I would make it a point that to have to do it a third time at this point. That's when the joke starts to get really funny, Adam. You know how this
Yeah,
works.
it does. I think next time, if it happens again, it's like we'll just go, no. We are now the permanent hosts of the Mighty Whale, and Brevy can come on as a guest when he gets his internet back.
Proper decentralized DAO style. We'll just rotate hosting duties of whoever the community votes each week. Sorry, Brevy, we took the Mighty Whale and made it a DAO.
The Mighty DAO.
All right, everyone. Have a good night. Have a good day wherever you may be in the world. Good talking with you as